Bring in the burgers for everyone. If you didn't have enough. Also, if you do have the live stream that's playing on your end and you're not wearing headphones, please pause or mute the live stream because we will be keeping kind of an open mic experience for the beginning of this. But welcome to DYGYCON 9 Waffles. Please give us the pleasure of kicking off the live stream for us.
Hey guys, welcome to day 2 of DYGYCON 9. So we went live yesterday, and we've been open 24/7, and we will be here until Sunday, the 29th. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us on the live stream. We have a full jam-packed couple hours, 2 to 5 p.m. Eastern. And for those of us who are here for the first time, DYGYCON is a metaverse convention featuring crypto projects, presentations, giveaways, and most of all, my favorite part, community networking. This is hosted bi-monthly on the GamerJai platform and organized by Splinterlands. And we're just excited to have you guys here, and we're ready to kick it off.
Waffles, I just want to speak your praises because this has been going on for, I think the first DYGYCON was back in November of 2020. So this is kind of incredible to see how the metaverse has kind of expanded for not just these small kind of meetups and experiences, but for kind of global initiatives for play to earn, which is what this means. Splinterlands, I'm a big fan. I've been playing for a while. I made my early investment in my my inventory and my cards well over a year and a half ago, and I'm very happy with those returns. So thank you very much, Aggie and your team. And I'm really looking forward to what's coming up. But before we before we get into kind of this interview, we've got our Aggie in here to come speak with us. Waffles, there's some other cool things that are happening today. Who else is on the schedule?
Hey, 1 second. Sorry about that.
Opening a snack or something.
I had to close 50 tabs before I got to you. So obviously we have Agrod, our Splinterlands co-founder, our legendary man of the hour here. After that, we have Adrian Creon, CEO of Spielworks, and then we've got presenting the HashKings ecosystem with Luke, their CEO, and FPS on Wax and Hive with Sniper, CEO of CryptoShots. Then we've got Hive Blockchain with Crimson Clad, a witness there, and Skylar from Dojira, blockchain native PTE games. And then after that, we're good to go. We're exploring the entire venue. We're fully stacked. All of the exhibit rooms are full, and we've got a ton of swag. So check out the swag booth and explore around, guys.
More drops. Bring on those NFT giveaways. I think everyone's excited for a chance to put more loot in their bags. But now let's kick things off. We've got Aggie. Thank you so much for joining us. A lot of really cool things have been happening with Splinterlands. I mean, the nodes, they've gone live. But before you want to get into that, Aggie, anything else you want to share? The floor is yours, my friend.
We just have a ton of stuff going on all the time, and it's kind of hard, and it has been hard since last June to go just stay on top of the developments, the pathways, the things that we're doing. There's just a lot. So most recently, we rolled out some rank rewards changes, and in fact, they should be, some of them already went live, but the rest of them go live, I think, in the next 3 days or so. So they're live on the site, but they have to go actually get live in the program. So one of the things that we're doing is we took out something like 72 million cards that came with the starter set, and people had been using to earn rewards are no longer eligible for rewards. And so starting in the next 3 days, your card ownership, it becomes that much more important. And some of what we've seen is the amount of TEC that is awarded per day is static. It's not changing. But who gets it has changed. We've seen a pretty big shift from bronze and silver up to gold and diamond as a result, because that's where more of the people own the cards, own the assets, and that's been going up. The next thing that happened is we had our Validator node sale, and the first round of that sold out in 10 freaking minutes. It was amazing.
Congrats. That's huge.
Yeah.
That's so awesome.
It's the hope, it's the dream. And I'm always bullish on crypto, so it kills me when we've been in a bear market, and I have some hopes that this is the absolute bottom of the bear. Who knows? There's no crystal ball, but that's my constant bullish outlook. And if that's true, then we would have set out a token burn right at the bottom. And if we catch it at the bottom, that means that we get the maximum amount of SPS burned for participating in this, which is amazing for everybody in this ecosystem. We in a single day we burn something like 2 to 3% of the total token supply on just the first tranche. So that to me is a great start, and really just a very promising pathway forward for Splinterlands. Pretty soon we'll have more updates coming. We have something that's called the tech modernization, which it sounds really boring, but in order to go do things like land, we have to go upgrade a lot of tech to be able to support all the pieces that are going to come from that, and still make it a good human experience. So that tech modernization is ready to roll out, and it's kind of like land phase 0. It's like we're going to have the non-card market roll out with that, and that way people can transact over there. So that's all happening. And then some of the other really exciting things, I don't think I can speak about them just yet, but I've signed one more intellectual property deal. So there's going to be another sports game that Splinterlands is going to be putting out there. And Matt and I tend to try to make it so that anybody that's holding our assets will benefit. So in that sports game, there's likely to be things like airdrops or other things for Splinterlands asset holders, so that if you're participating in this, that if like you want to come into the sports game and you already own assets, you'll start getting some benefit right away. So new intellectual property, new partners, new deals, new code, new everything. I mean, it's pretty exciting. And I know a lot of this is happening at kind of what I'm hoping is the bottom of a 6-month bear market. Yeah, but that's honestly the best time to go build, and the best time to grow. So let's see. So generally speaking, I'm just really happy. I think we have a fantastic opportunity, and today is like a fun day to go celebrate with each other. Here in the States, we have Memorial Day weekend, so a lot of people are kicking back, sitting by the pool, having some brewskis, and just chilling out as much as we can. So that's pretty exciting, and I think I'm just looking forward to the continued growth of the cryptocurrency market, the new projects that are coming, the big IPs that are entering into the space, and just basically an unlimited amount of opportunities that lie before us. So I'd say don't get too strung up or too beat down by having kind of the cloud of the 6-month bear market over our head. These things happen. This too shall pass, and just understand that in the days further ahead, that there's just so much opportunity. We're still so damn new. It's amazing, and I'm really looking forward to what the future holds. How's that sound to you, Pete?
Yeah, that's stellar. It's really, you wish you could pause time in order to absorb all the different things that are going on within, not just a single organization, but all of them, because everyone's making their own kind of unique moves, whether, they're launching a DAO or just kind of discovering, right, how they can, have some kind of further utility or integration with other coins, or expanding. The metaverse is obviously this year very exciting, but next year there could be way more energy being put into governance and to DAOs, which you seem to be ahead of the curve in each of those kind of areas. So kudos to you on that one. Is there a date for the next release for the Validator nodes?
Well, they're in testnet right now. Sometime in Q3 is our hope when they go live. That's kind of a bit of a stretch goal, but we're hoping to get them out in Q3. Worst case, they're live in Q4. I think we're going to get some rewards kicked off sooner rather than later, probably starting with vouchers first and SPS tokens later, maybe after the airdrop ends. But we'll get people, tokens and rewards, and they can run software to run this whole back end. And one of the things about this is that, like, all these pieces that we're building are the kinds of things that we get to put into other game ecosystems too. So when we make a sports game, you'll have validator nodes, and the players will be able to go decentralize the network by supporting that token ecosystem on your node. And I think, the more that we can build towards being the first, there's been like little dice games that have been decentralized. So maybe we're not like the first like game ever to be fully decentralized, but I really think of this as like, the first professional custom made game of like commercial scale to ever go fully decentralized.
Yes.
And that's our goal. We want it so that the players are the ones that are in charge. And, it's hard to do all of that overnight, especially when we have to like invent how you even do it. Because, nobody's ever done this at scale for a game. But I think, there's so much that we love about cryptocurrency, and asset ownership is one of it. But like ecosystem ownership and the players being the operators, and the sort of immutability of that, where like I can't look at you and be like, all right, well, Pete, I'm sick of your face, so you don't get to own assets. I mean, that happens in centralized games. You criticize the company and they ban your account. And, I'm not looking for you guys to criticize me, but, even if you did, I'm not going to turn around and be like, your account's banned. And more importantly, I shouldn't be in a position to be able to do that. And so we're building everything we can to put the power, the tokens, the ecosystem, the decisions, the choices, the servers, all of that in the players' hands. And, we want to keep building. So it's not like we're just going to go away tomorrow, but we really want it so that this is a completely decentralized experience, and you are the owners, you are the operators, you are the decision makers, and we are, partners in that venture with the community. And I think it's, it's really a unique vision, but if we get there, I think it'll just offer things that no other company on any part of time or space or technology has been able to offer to their gamers.
That is outstanding. Aggie, I think some of our institutions could learn from some of these values that the blockchain developers are creating, specifically in terms of like trying to create, equity, shared equity, the ability to have, immutability, right, in your participation, and then also the incentivization, right? Because the participation that I've seen and the engagement on the blockchain space is that those users are coming back because they're seeing that value, and the time that they're putting in, they're also are able to measure the time and energy that they spend participating in these games and discovering other communities and the overlap that exists there. Gaming is just, I think, one way to help people kind of ease themselves into the space. Is there some mechanism outside of just gaming that seems kind of exciting for you on the creative aspect?
Some of these like there's entire communities that exist, and not everybody wants to tokenize their community, and not every one of them is going to operate like a business, but there are some. It could be cheerleaders in one group, it could be scientists in another, it could be dog lovers, it could be cat sitters and librarians, whatever. It's like, you have all these different communities, and they want ways to communicate, they want ways to find each other, they want some like common social constructs and I don't know, just ways that to gain status in their social group.
Yes.
Blockchain can enable all of that. And Splinterlands, we're not specifically in the community building world, but I keep some of that on with my Hive Engine hat and my Tribal Dex hat, thinking through how do we build tokenized communities and how do we reward those communities. And I think there's a lot of opportunity there, from music to sports to celebrities to entertainment, where if you have an audience or if there's a like-minded group of people, they want to engage. And something like a Twitter lets me speak at you, but not really speak with you.
Yes,
and
the
things
water
like
cooler,
Discord
yeah.
and things like Telegram, they'll let you speak with each other.
Mm-hmm.
And when you have a centralized company, they can dictate the terms to you. And when you have these kind of like these Web3 platforms, it's a lot messier, but it's also like a lot more freeing, and people have a lot more agency within their own organizations to shape them how they want. And so, when I'm not building Splinterlands, I try to build tools for all these like community pieces. And I think there's something really big there. I don't think it's been unleashed yet, but I think once you start getting like major stars to tokenize their community and bring people together with that and figure out a model that works for everybody. I think once one group does it successfully, it will be a domino effect. And everybody from Neil deGrasse Tyson to Bella Dalphane or whatever her name is,
Oh,
like they'll
yeah.
they'll all go. Every single person along that crazy spectrum are all going to be
Yeah.
figuring out, how do I tokenize this community and reward everybody for participating here.
Yeah, Belle's I think already making NFTs, so she's already wanting to be a part of the trends. So Aggie, thank you so much. We need to get ready for the next talk and the schedule. Were there any questions from the folks that were here in the group with us, or maybe you want to send them over Twitch? I don't have eyeballs on Twitch, so if somebody else could funnel those questions over to us, it would be greatly appreciated. But we'll pause there. Final question for you while we wait for some other questions to funnel in. Aggie, if there was one place in the world that you would love to visit within the next couple of years, where would it be?
Man, I would want to go to like a Splinterlands metaverse where I can hack and slash all kinds of.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, my brain is always in work mode. Like when I'm having
And
fun, I'm sitting around daydreaming about work. So like, where that's where I'd want to go. I'd want to be able to play something like Diablo 3, but have it all be Splinterlands. Or I'd want to be able to go play World of Splinterlands and battle with each other and run guilds and run raids and but earn stuff. Actually earn and own things that I was rewarded because of my time, skill, investment, and playing.
Well, thanks. You took it a completely different direction. I was expecting something where you'd be like, "Oh, well, I'd like to go touch grass in Spain, or maybe I'd like to go to Italy and go see, go on a gondola and row myself down the water."
I ain't fancy. I just threw some chemicals in the pool in my backyard. So like my hope is like tomorrow I think I could go to the pool, which is like
Awesome.
in my backyard. That's like me dreaming big.
Yeah. You got to keep the algae at bay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I love maintaining a pool. I think it's very. It's like one of those skills you learn that's very zen-like. Yeah. You're just skimming it and getting all the bits and crumbs off the top of the water and anyway. All right.
pH level.
It's like a
Okay, how did we get
never-ending
here?
process.
It is.
Like there's no stopping when this happens. So that's the zen of knowing that like you are already defeated. You are just wondering how long you will stay in that position.
You're literally like holding bacteria and algae at bay the whole time. It's like you're trying to continue to build the fortification around your water. Well, thank you very much, Aggie. Always a pleasure to get your perspective and to get updates on where Splinterlands is going. Everyone, this is DYGYCON 9 put together by Splinterlands. We have a lot of love for the game and enjoy it. Most of us, I think 99% of the ones that are participating in this event have played and are actively playing the game. Incredible. If you love Hearthstone, you love Magic the Gathering, but you actually want to own your digital assets and be able to participate in an economy to exchange them, Splinterlands is the game for you. They're the OG, NFTs that have been on the market for several years now, and it's just worth playing. If you're not playing, you're missing out. So get in there and do that now. Aggie, thank you again so much, friend, and we'll see you again next time.
Yeah, sounds good. We'll be here then.
Thanks so much, Aggie.
Excellent. All right, and we are up on the live stream. Waffles, take it away with the intro.
Hey guys, welcome to our next talk on the live stream. We have Adrian Creon, CEO of Spielworks. Adrian, introduce yourself. Take it away.
One quick disclaimer, Adrian, before you begin. If you are not speaking, please mute your microphones. If you have headphones to wear, please put those on just to avoid any feedback coming through on the microphone. This will be live streamed for anyone who can't make it into this particular instance for the event. So thank you very much for this. And Adrian, floor is yours, my friend.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for having me again. I think it's about my 4th time at the DYGYCON, and it's really great how the space is evolving, how, well, obviously Splitterlands is moving ahead, and how obviously DYGYCON is moving forward. It's always been a lot of fun, and yeah, I'm happy to be here to be able to talk to you about Dungeon Master, maybe a little bit of background. I'm the founder and CEO of Spielworks. We are the ones running the Wombat wallet and the OnePlay game reward platform. And in December, I think that was shortly before I was on last time. I think I missed the last DYGYCON in March. So I think I was there on January, and that was shortly after we had launched Dungeon Master in beta, or in alpha actually. Yeah, now we're back, and it's been a hell of a ride with Dungeon Master. And I just wanted to give you a little bit of an overview about what Dungeon Master is all about, and how it actually how we can collaborate on Dungeon Master, right? Someone's moving my slides. I think that we're all seeing the same ones.
Guys,
right?
don't touch the slides.
It's fine. I mean, I don't need the slides necessarily. I can do without, but
I mean, I think people are just really excited.
Yeah, they're hoping they can find an airdrop in there somewhere.
I know.
Oh, no, that's in the offline slides.
Ooh, clever. I like it.
So yeah, what's Dungeon Master? Dungeon Master, we created Dungeon Master as an NFT staking game, mainly because we wanted to add more utility to all kinds of NFTs, and yeah, that's it. And we wanted to gamify that, right? And originally it was a very small application where you could basically just stake your NFTs on both EOS and WAX, and then make dungeon runs every 24 hours, right? And then this quickly evolved because it became very, very popular. And right now, it's gonna become one of the top 20 games in terms of DAUs, according to DappRadar, across all blockchains. We have over 560,000 NFTs staked in Dungeon Master. We have about 60,000 players in total. We have about 12,000 players every day. And it keeps growing, and we're just super happy about what's been going on with Dungeon Master, and how the community has been going all about it, and yeah, how everybody's basically loving it, and that this enabled us to yeah, be very, very active, and also very well established in the WAX space. So, like I said earlier, why would we do that, right? And what is it, right? So, as I said, originally we had just a ton of NFTs out, and we wanted to improve the utility of those NFTs, mainly on EOS, but also a few on WAX. And then we also said, okay, let's make this open, because the WAX ecosystem is very, very open. A lot of games are interoperable. You can just use your assets, and then there's a lot of collabs and these kinds of things. So we said, okay, let's make all kinds of different NFTs stakeable, at least the ones that we like, or the ones that we know, right? So we started out with a few collections that we made stakeable in the first season. Now we're in season 3. We have, I don't even know how many different collections we have stakeable right now. It's definitely over 100, I believe. It's, I think, about 8,000 different templates that are stakeable. So it's kind of growing every season, or like even mid-season, we add templates and collections to be staked. So it's a ton of different NFTs, and it's really great to see how that's being received by both the creators and also all the communities of those creators, right? So we basically want to interact with all those NFT creators. We want to see all kinds of cool NFTs staked. We want to enable these communities to get more out of their NFTs and have fun along the way. So it's just been a hell of a ride, to be honest. And and I wanted to tell you a little bit about kind of how we deal with collections and creators, right? And how you can get on the game and become stakeable as a creator, because I guess that many of you here in the audience are creators, and you would like to know, like, okay, how can I get integrated, right? So first of all, we do have a form that you can fill out. You can find it under dungeon.wombat.app/apply, but I'll also post the link. And you basically just submit a few infos about your collection, right? And then we have this usual run of once every 3 weeks, or basically before the start of every new season, and in the middle of the season. We always have a run where we add new collections that are stakeable, and we also adjust mining weights, right? Because each template has a different mining weight. The mining weights depend on kind of the scarcity of the template of the NFT. They depend on basically how large the collection is, how prominent it is, and to a certain extent also on the value. I'm not saying price necessarily, but we're trying our best to kind of balance this out. But obviously, with that many stakeable NFTs, it's impossible to get it right. So we also always depend on the community, and we always get those requests that are saying, why does this NFT that trades at 200 wax, why does this have a mining power of 500 and this other that is trading at 600 wax only has 200 mining weight, right? So we always get these kinds of things. We can't always get it right. So we're also happy to accept help by our community and by all these communities. And yeah, this is basically how it all works, right? It's actually very simple for creators when it comes to being enabled. But one note of kind of caution, we always what we experience is that pretty much every time we add a collection, we see a huge spike in trading activity for those collections, and also sometimes floor prices sometimes go 2x, 3x, sometimes even 5x, depending on like how large the collection is and what the mining weights are. So we are always very kind of cautious in terms of, we don't buy these collections if we know that they will be enabled, right? Because this would kind of be the insider trading, and we don't want that. So we need to be really cautious about when this gets announced, and that there's kind of no insider mismatch of information about, okay, this will be enabled at a super high mining weight, or it will be promoted. So yeah, it's really cool to work with all those creators and see kind of all the creativity among all those different collections and the art. And I think that one of the coolest things that happens is that we have these collabs with some of these creators. The first one that we did was with Byron. That was really awesome. I think we still have a few of those T-shirts. Byron basically created those T-shirts that we had in our kind of reward boxes, reward chests every day. So there's a chance for every player to get a free NFT every day, right? And we hand out those promo NFTs, and they are randomized, so you have a certain chance of getting one. So there were like 5,000 of those T-shirts, and those T-shirts had different prints, but they are all white and uncolored. And then Byron was was running a drop, or is still running a drop, of color bombs. So you could buy those color bomb packs, and you would get a random color from those packs, right? And then you can blend those two, and then you get a T-shirt that's colored, and then that T-shirt, that NFT, then has mining power and Dungeon Master, right? And this one has been very, very popular. I'm not sure how many color packs have been sold so far, but I think it's a few thousand already. It's crazy. So we always have these kinds of things happening, and we always strive to have these kinds of collaborations going on. We have a few ones in the pipeline already, but I won't spoil. So that is something that we're looking after as well, with our creators that we have on the game. But we could also imagine, and we also envision that we collaborate with more games, right? We do have a few, but we can totally imagine having more collabs with games where we make the NFT stakeable, and I don't know, have kind of a planet, a land, or whatever, a Dungeon Master land somewhere, something like that. So that would be very cool. So if you feel like you want to be on Dungeon Master, then feel free to reach out to us. Either send a message to Olga or join our Discord. It's the Wombat Gamers Discord. Go to our website, go to Dungeon Master, wherever you want, actually, or go to dungeon.wombat.app/apply, and then you can just send us, fill in the form and send us a message, and we'll be in touch. We have a dedicated Discord channel for the creators, so all the creators are there, so you can also mingle with the others, right, and find out what kind of collabs you might want to do with those. We've also had that we had packs of Dungeon Master creator collabs and stuff like that. So this has been amazing, specifically because we've only been around for half a year, but the impact of Dungeon Master has been like amazing, and for us it's kind of the most fun thing that we're doing. Obviously, is the Dungeon Master game and all these creators and collabs. So that's about it already. I don't want to bore you with a lot of more kind of random info. Just if you have any questions, let me know.
Yeah, let's open up the floor to any questions that are in there. I'll kick things off while either somebody's typing it or would like to get on the microphone. If you'd like to get on the mic and ask some questions for Adrian, then all you have to do is hit the raise your hand button, and then I'll be watching the attendee list. Let's see if there's anyone that might have their hand raised. Not yet. Okay, Waffles, if you'd be so kind, just kind of keep an eye on that one. And then we can pick some folks out of the audience. Oh, wait, no, I see a hand raised just right here in the front. NFT Andy.
NFT Andy, right?
Yeah, you want to jump on mic?
Any closer to you, sir?
Take it away, sir. He must have brought the booty with him. I'm sure I
brought some booty. I wasn't even gonna say that. I did come up with a fun way to engage everybody in here. After everything's done, I wanted to meet up at. You guys have a booth in which room?
It's in the Spinnerlands Hall.
I wanted to meet up at the booth, and then you guys give me like 30-40 seconds. I'm gonna run away and go hide, and when we're ready, you could see the Twitch stream later. When we're ready, everybody will run and find me, and I have a 300 MP promo pack to give away to whoever finds me first physically in here.
I love it.
So yeah, we'll do that afterwards. But I wanted to say, the biggest question I get asked a lot by like a lot of people is what will influence trying to get packs. It seems like a lot of people that don't have a lot of MP for the season points are aiming to get the packs throughout the dungeons. So what's the best way, tips to try to get a lot of utilized packs and NFTs in your runs?
Great question.
That is a good one. So originally, we wanted to give everyone a chance of being able to acquire these packs. So it's random. So there's a random chance of getting these packs, but the chance improves the more contribution you have per day, right? So we have internally, I think we have 7 or 8 tiers that basically sets the likelihood for you getting a pack. I think, and the problem is that there's kind of, we've had a ton of multi-accounter kind of attempts, right? Where people wanted to kind of just get in with just one NFT. And because the chance of getting a pack was pretty high originally, we were basically handing out too many packs to users who had basically just one NFT staked and were just doing one run a day, right? So we've been changing that. We're constantly thinking about how we can make this more effective. But in general, getting packs will mostly depend on your mining power, on your contribution, basically, not just the mining power, but the contribution. So also the runs that you do. We are considering adding more kind of features and modifiers to increase your chance of dropping a pack. And we're also considering kind of switching it up entirely so that this would be dependent on totally different factors. I'm not sure whether I should spoil that for Sasha already, but this is one of the most difficult things to balance out for us, because we don't want to flood the game with packs, right? Because everybody's going to be complaining that pack prices are low. On the other hand, I mean, the pack MPs, the pack mining powers are pretty high, right? So they're very powerful in general. But yeah, that's one of the most difficult things. But in the base case, it's random. That's why sometimes people, pretty much independently of their contribution, sometimes get 2 packs on 2 days in a row, right? And sometimes you won't get one, you won't get any for a week straight, even if you have good mining power. That's basically just the random function, and we're using the random number generator of Wax for that.
Great question. Anyone else? If you want to put it in the text chat, you can post your question there, or you can unmute your mic and say hello. Anyone? Anyone going once? Going twice? Then I will ask a question. Adrian, what is your favorite feature or favorite innovation, specifically for Dungeon Master, or any new feature perhaps that you would like to implement in the future that you can share?
Yeah. There's so many things that we want to do. It's just getting harder and harder to add things because the game's growing, and it's getting harder to balance everything, right? I mean, in this season 3, we added clans, and they're not entirely finished yet, and we're really sorry for that we weren't able to launch the entire clan feature at once, right? But it's coming soon. But what I really like, and what we really want to experiment more with, is making everything an NFT, right? So with clans, clan membership and clan ownership are NFTs, right? And we really like that anything, any kind of status can be represented by NFTs, and we will be doing much more with that kind of angle on things, right? So being some kind of premium features, or belonging to factions or whatever, we will always experiment with these things being NFTs. We're also thinking, or we've always been thinking about kind of making wombats NFTs, right? The wombats that you have in the dungeon. That's really hard, but we're kind of constantly working on that. So that would be basically, I think, my favorite feature that I would like to get out is the wombats actually being NFTs.
All right, we are running short on time. We've got a few more minutes. If anyone else would like to jump in and ask a question for Adrian.
I have like a question, but it's not related to like the game mechanic. But will there be like a wombat plushie? Because the designs look so cute. I'm like,
wombats for DYGYCON 10?
Could we?
We should talk about that offline, I guess. I'm not sure how we could make that happen, because we've never thought about plushies. We've actually been thinking about 3D printed figurines and stuff like that. But we should probably talk about plushies if anyone has a good idea.
Oh, I love that, especially if they're like one of one with an NFT kind of experience included in those. I mean, that's just, it's fun to do. Everyone loves to be a collector and be the one that has something that's unique. I think that's always fun to celebrate those. I don't have any issue with anyone bragging about those things. I like to praise them for, their enthusiasm and love of not just the culture surrounding play to earn games and blockchain gaming and the ownership aspect that NFTs offer, and then the utility that's also brought into it. I guess, Adrian, one final question that I have for you before we wrap up here in a few minutes, and anyone else, we still have time to take one or two more questions, but this is just kind of a random one I like to ask, just as something to learn more about you. If there was somewhere in the world that you would love to visit and go touch grass, where would that be?
Oh, that's interesting. I think that would probably be one of the most remote islands or something like that. Or kind of Terra de Fuego or something like that, right? Something like
Awesome.
super remote, where
Like,
I've
to go spend a week with an indigenous tribe somewhere, or you want the isolation?
I guess I would probably prefer the isolation, because I think that people would be scared of myself. So I would like basically just go for a walk everywhere and just try and figure everything out. And
That sounds
get,
brilliant and very meditative. That's my style. I love that.
yeah,
All
great. I
right.
mean, I live in Berlin, right? I live in a large city. I don't need kind of more people around me.
Yeah, so that I could envision a yurt experience with at least some quality internet connection. I mean, that's why I don't want to go to Mars. I'm like, Elon Musk, you talk about going to Mars all the time, but I don't want 30-minute ping where I'm not going to be able to get a message for. I need real time data coming to me. So yeah, I'm a gamer. I need my good internet bandwidth. So hopefully some of this inspired some of you who are not playing Dungeon Master to go out and start playing. I'm going to create my account today, so that's something that's on my to-do list. Adrian, we do have an opportunity for any last, closing remarks, any shout outs that you want to give, and maybe some places where people can further connect with you directly, maybe over socials. The floor is yours.
Yeah, just go check out if you're not a player yet, go check out dungeon.wombat.app, our game. Right, it's free to play. You don't need anything apart from one NFT actually to be staked. So it's very very easy to access. You just need a Wax account, or you need a Wax account, but you get a free Wax account from Wombat if you need one. If you don't have one. Yeah, that's there. There's the link. Yeah, check out our Twitter, and if you want to connect with me, you can do that on Twitter as well. It's at Adrian Creon. My name is very unique, so you'll find me, or on Telegram or Discord. That's always the easiest. So looking forward to seeing you, and shout out to all the creators who've been contributing to Dungeon Master, and who also basically have been promoting the game, obviously, through to their communities.
Thank
So we really
you.
love that kind of work.
Yes, this
Thanks
has
a lot
been
for having me.
awesome. Yeah, Adrian, always a pleasure to have you. Let's get some air horn out there and the crowd, of course. Send him some claps, round of applause, some emotes, whatever you've got it. If you're alive, click the button, send it over. Adrian, are you still going to continue to hang out a bit? So if we take off and take the live stream to the next talk, feel free to stick around. You're not obligated to, but you're more than welcome to stick around. Folks, we're going to get ready for the next panel, and we're going to cut to some video from the day one. I've got some day one footage for DYGYCON 9, and we'll be right back with the next talk. The next one coming up is... Let's see, we've got Luke, yeah, the CEO of Hash Kings, that's coming up next, and I'll throw the speakers up on the live stream so everyone can see that. And then here's the schedule. You got to look at it quickly, and so we'll be right back in just a few moments. and it's yours, my friend.
Hey, and welcome back, guys. So now we have got our next talk up on the schedule, presenting the HashKings ecosystem with Luke, CEO. Luke, take it away.
Thanks, Will. First of all, I want to say thanks to the Splinter Labs team for hosting the DYGYCON, and Waffles, also you, because you're amazing at organizing. Like, really thanks to you guys. So, Luke, the Hashkin CEO. I don't know. I'm pretty sure you don't know about Hashkins yet, but it's a good day to present ourselves. So I'm gonna start sharing the screen. Okay, but are we gonna stay here or? Yeah, right.
We can stay here, or we can move wherever you like. So everybody here.
No, here is fine. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, perfect. I'm gonna start
Sweet.
sharing the screen. And okay. So, we are a project. Like, initially, we were born as a cannabis farming simulator. Okay, which is a unique concept in the Hive blockchain, and the concept have been evolving to a big ecosystem of different games and experiences, all connected through the same economy. So, but everything starts with the farming game, which is like our first game. So you can see it needs a visual remake, but because it was the first thing we did as an amateur team like 1 year and a half ago. But now it works, and all the ecosystems works under the same philosophy. Hyper tokenization, which is basically is if something can be tokenized, must be tokenized. So we are constantly creating property rights and new giving more power to the players and taking that power off of the team. So the players are the priority of everything. So the farming game is really like and all the ecosystems too have like the best part of the ecosystem is like you can interact with it through different ways, like dozens of ways to interact with the ecosystems, and the concept of play to earn in Hashkins is really big. So let's start with the farming game. Basically, all is a concept of you have a lamp, you need some water, you need some seeds, and you get some bots, which is the main currency that works as a connector of all the economy. So in the case of the farming game, all the in this case NFT Mart. 1 second. Okay. Everything is a token or an NFT. So the lamplots that you can only buy from other players right now because the lamplots are really scarce NFTs are the base of everything. You can have them. You can get them from 6 different regions, which is like kind of variety. So, for example, this one, the Asia was sold the last year at $35 each two. I mean, you get in that time 2 Asia for just $35. Now each one is 300 high. It's crazy. So you have your lamp lot, you get the seeds, which you either buy from another player in the free market, or you can produce them by yourself by staking another coin called Mota. Then you have the water, which is this one. You can also produce it yourself by buying NFT, which is a water tower, which again can only be obtained by buying it from another player or buying directly the token in tribal debts, for example. So when you have the lamp, when you have the seeds, and when you have the water, you get the bots. That was the initial flow of the game when Hashkin was a single cannabis simulator. So after some time, we thought in innovating. Right now, we are like we are really addicted to creating stuff and innovating. So the second expansion we took out was rights. We are really used to get concepts of the blockchain game, of the blockchain world, like putting them together in our ecosystems. So, for example, rights is a NFT staking, basically. You get the avatars, which is also NFT. Here, you can select it. You can put, when you select one, this is your main avatar and has perks over all the ecosystems, like over everything. So in the right, for example, the role of the avatar is like 5D bosses, which are really beautiful. Like the animations of our art team is like really nice. You stake them and you get bots daily. These bots are not minted for us by us, because we use a non-inflationary system which we call treasury, and it's basically we recyclate bots, so we don't create new inflation, because inflation is a real issue that kills a lot of projects. So we are really careful with that. So for example, I stake my avatar. No, I put set avatar, and what happens is that at the end of the day, as I have Kitchen approved, this isn't calling me a pop-up, but when you do it for the first time, you will see it. But at the end of the day, my avatar will bring me bots. Okay. So to this avatar have stats that can be improved, and also these avatars can be get in the. We sell them in sets, like which will be generations of avatars. So, for example, the generation 1 have better stats and have better perks than generation 2, and each generation is sold in a limit time. So it's kind of dope to get some of each generation. You can, for example, this is a really good way to see our perks in action. Depending on the level of your avatar, which the level can be obtained by smoking joints that can be crafted here. Yeah, you get more level by smoking joints. So for example, if you are level 100, when someone uses your referral name, your username, oh no, unlock. So when someone buys packs with your username, you will get up to 35% of what he spent back to you, and the less you can get is 5% if your avatar is level 1. So basically what we are doing is a level system in which the more you are in it, the easier the game is, the more perks you have, the more benefits you have. You unlock upgrades for water towers, you unlock better joints. Well, you have a lot of stuff and more stuff coming. Coming back to rights, to get more power to farm more bots here, you can use the Forge, which is basically a burning system of avatars. So they are not like hyperinflationary. Basically, the avatar number 1 kills the number 2 and take its power and experience plus a bonus, basically. So in the pool of the rights, which is basically, I don't know, let's say 1,000 bots are distributed daily in the Michelangelo boss. So your power determines how much of those bots you will get, because it's like your power versus the power of all of the other players. And we also have the merch, which is another, but in this case, the merch is free. The reason, for example, the avatars have a cost of fortune here is because have to be with the treasury system. I'm gonna tell you a bit more about it in a bit. Well, the merch is kind of the same, but in this feature, the avatar number 1 kills the number 2, but only takes a certain percentage of the first avatar, of the second avatar. So, for example, this rate is basically depends on the level of your active avatar, which is this one. Again, this is like you have perks over all the ecosystem. The better level, the higher the level of your avatar, the more perks. So this feature can be used along with the Forge to in a strategic way to get more powerful rights. We also have the staking. Okay, I know we have a lot of things, so it's kind of it's kind of hard to summarize them. Yeah, it's like we are really into launch new stuff and new stuff and new stuff every moment we can. And this is the first tokenized and non-inflationary staking in Hive. Why? Because when you deposit, when you stake your bats, you get a token as a recipient of your staking, which is bullets. And also, it's non-inflationary cause. Remember, I told you, for example, people pay 50 cents for the forge, for each forge. Well, when someone spends, and this is a law that applies in all hashkins, when someone spends boots in whatever, I don't know, avatar packs, forge, joints, whatever, those boots are permanently burned
Mhm.
from this. They are taken out of circulation. But when someone, for example, uses Hive Pizza Coin, uses HBD, we send that to another account, which is basically a staking rewards pool. And the staking takes 1% of that money and buy bots from the market, and they get distributed to all the stakers. So doesn't add inflation at all because uses bots from the market, and gives a big incentive to all the players to don't sell their bots but stake in them. And basically, this works in that way. And the staking uses 1% of that money daily. You will stay have the same amount of bullets, but you will have each day after the daily buy, you will have more boots. Your bullets will represent more boots. Also, another way to interact with the Hashkins ecosystem is, and of course, we are taking advantage that Hive is such an amazing blockchain to games, because I can imagine Hashkins in Ethereum because the fees and the time the transaction takes. You can also, for example, delegate your Hive power to HK Curation, and we send you daily boots daily. Okay, you delegate Hive power, and in exchange, of course, we take the Hive power, but this Hive power comes back to the players because as soon as we get the power down, this Hive is added to the staking rewards pool. So everything is back to the players. That is the center of Hashkins. Is everything on the players, for the players, and by the players. That brings me to another topic, and is that we are joining forces with new devs in Hive because we know that how it is to be a small team working from zero to start developing stuff. And we're partnering up with new devs in Hive, for example, to create the first tower defense game in Hive. Right now, it's in pre-sale. The beta is about to come out in early June, and it's also part of the Hashkins ecosystem because it's also uses our economic system. Yeah, it's like really cool. I'm gonna leave the link around because it's really funny. I always get mad because I always lose. Um, Basically, what connects all these features and games and new stuff coming is our treasury system. Like I mentioned it, we have a non-inflationary system to fill the rewards of rights, for example, of curation, of new stuff out, of liquidity pool rewards in tribal debt, for example. Well, basically, in the farming game, which is the in a metaphorically, it's like Bitcoin miners because they create new coins. When someone burns boots to get mota, which is the coin to create seeds, those boots goes really into a new account that fills the treasury. So we recyclate these boots, and we are able to put rewards in all the ecosystem. And yeah, basically that. I don't want to to fill you like to give you more info because I already know this is like a lot of info in 50 minutes. So I would like to answer questions because it's easier to to clear your doubts about the Hashkins.
I would like to go first, if that's all right, Luke. I have a question right away.
Yeah.
And of course, anyone else that has a question that would like to jump on mic or raise your hand, we'll call you out so that you can share your question. You can post it in chat. Don't be shy. Ask whatever you'd like. But my question is specifically about merging. Is there a success or fail rate when you merge, or is it 100% success because it's burning one of the avatars?
It's 100% success. But
Okay.
actually, the thing with merge is that you only get a part of the stats of the second avatar. So Forge is always better than merge. That can be used in a strategic extra, like can be used together to have a better avatar for rights.
Yeah, because I'm a big fan of those kinds of opportunities where you want to make some upgrades and you're either merging or combining or leveling up, an accessory, and there's a chance for failure. I don't know why that's so exciting for me. But even if I'll have like 100 failures in trying to like combined items, like with games like Lost Ark or Black Desert, and I think other games are adopting that kind of fail percentage, right? A chance of failure for some of these. I'm just super curious if the NFT world would adopt something similar to that, because these are non-NFT games that are using these features, and the players aren't keeping any of the digital assets or really getting anything out of the time that they're putting in these games, but these are very popular features that exist there. So have you thought about like what that would mean in terms of features that you could add where there's something non-redeemable here and there's a risk of losing something entirely?
Yeah, it's true. I was thinking about the same, like adding a feature with success rate and failing rate. And I forgot to talk about the farming wars, which is a upcoming expansion, and it's basically that. It's built over, and it's built at the top of the farming game, and it's basically flags like crop rates, for example, or snails that can eat your bugs versus pesticides.
No.
Yeah, and are the players that own the plagues, they own the pesticides, and they all fight together. And it's a decentralized way to add events. Also, I mean, the other option was like putting random events that kills your bots or something. But actually, we give that power to the players. They decide how many plagues, how many pesticides are in the game.
Okay.
So, the plagues and the pesticides have a percentage rate of success, so you can use it, but it can fail.
Oh, excellent. So that's I love the risk that can be added to these kinds of blockchain experiences. I love the name and I love the theme that you've built here. So kudos to that. Were there any questions? Anybody want to jump on mic and ask Luke a question? Now's the time. Feel free.
I also really love to develop hashkins. It's like it's my life now, so I literally work on it with the team from Monday to Sunday. And the best part is that we enjoy it. It's like the best part.
That's super important. Yes, if it's a labor of love, it's work that never feels like work. And so I'm glad that that feels like a passion, a soul calling. Maybe another question that I have for you, Luke, and this is something that I've asked everyone who's had a chance to hang out with us here in DYGYCON. If there was somewhere in the world that you could go and touch grass, anywhere at all, where would that be?
Right now, I think on maybe Paris.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Yeah,
The city of love. Yes.
Yeah, I think it's really. Paris has something. I don't know what it is, but it has something. It's really charming. I think.
I think that's a very good choice. Yes, and I think anywhere in Europe is seems like it would be a very good idea. Anyhow,
Yeah.
In France, right, especially. Sarah, what about you, my friend? Did you
Yeah,
have
I
any
have a question.
questions for Luke? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So we all know that we've kind of gone through like a little bit of like a downside in terms of crypto all around. I know you guys recently posted something about like, even though the market had a negative effect in the development of funds for Hash Kings, you guys are still up there. I think you posted something on your blog not too long ago, right?
Mm,
It was about Bud stats. I think it said 500 plus.
the staking.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, actually, I forgot about it too. It's a lot of info. Oh my god, yeah. The staking right now is offering. I do a weekly post with all the info about the staking, like the stats, and the last one was 98%, I think, of APR as base. Like you put your bots and they grow that rate, and as the system is like tokenized, you literally don't have to do anything, and it get auto compounded. So it's up to 200% APG. And with our level systems, you get a perk that if your avatar has a certain experience, you get another layer of rewards, which is another 90% of APR over your boots staked. And
That's
we
super
are
cool.
Yeah, and we are thinking adding more and more rewards, layer rewards. So the more you are in Hashkins, the more info you have about the Hashkins, you will know, hey, my avatar needs a little bit more of XP, and I will start earning more XP tokens, Forge tokens, more bots.
More buds. We need more buds, and especially for DYGYCON 10.
More buds.
If we
More
can have,
buds.
we
More
need some
buds.
buds. Yes. Anyone else? Any questions, comments, or if you just want to, tell Luke how awesome his half-baked avatar is with his squinty eyes.
And really,
Do we
and really excited.
do we have any tokers that are out there actively packing their devices as we speak? We see a bunch of avatars. Oh, Cosmic.
Yeah, I just had a doobie.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
I actually stepped away for a moment because I was like so overwhelmed with all the information. I had to go smoke a doobie.
yes. No, that's a good
There's
way.
a lot
Yeah,
of
I
stuff
know.
going on.
Yeah.
I
I'm
need
so
one.
glad I actually popped over here because I am a gamer. I've been a gamer since EverQuest original,
Good choice.
and MMOs have kind of been my main genre that I stick with. Any MMORPG, I've played it pretty
Oh.
much. Yeah. So I also had experience like I did some like GM stuff or volunteer. It was like a volunteer GM program
Mhm.
where in Anarchy Online where you could go and help people that were stuck in the game.
Oh, I've never played that. That's
Oh,
wow. That's a
man.
callback that I've heard of. Anarchy Online, never played.
It was one of the best games. I don't know if it's still going or not, but it was one of my best gaming experiences next to WoW, and I was a role player, and people don't role play anymore either. They just wanna go for the fat loot, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
role play was, so they would have these role play servers that, in WoW that of course, you guys all probably know about that. And so I would play on the role play servers, and we had so much fun. We had so much fun. We would do the craziest things. Like there was this like I had this she was at the Draenei with the tail and all that stuff because I thought that was cool as hell. And she would go over to to the the horde side, and they would sneak her in, like, she was going to see this prince over there, and, there was some shenanigans going on, but we won't to just talk about that.
MMO drama. MMO drama
And
is one of the things that we can always count on. Yeah.
yeah, and they would
We're all
sneak
gamers
me in
here, so
past
you know.
Yeah, past the guards, the NPC guards, I'd get past them. That I mean, there's these back doors and stuff, and it was pretty wild and crazy, and that was one of my other best times
Excellent.
of gaming.
Hmm,
But
that's
yeah,
dope.
Yeah, well, thank you for
yeah.
sharing that, Cosmic. We got about a minute left. Luke, what are some of the top, one or two ways that anyone listening to the live stream and those participating in DYGYCON 9 can really help support Hash Kings? Either social media, getting their account set up. Let us know.
Yeah, for sure. The easiest way to join Hashkins, I will say, is you only need a Hive account. We don't have any problems with multi accounts. Like you can have 1,000. There's no issue with it. I will say is staking because you really only need the bots and put them in the stake. The other easy way to get in the Hashkins ecosystem is by delegating your Hive power. Then we have options like the rights. You can get your avatar packs. You can get in the farming by buying a land plot and get some seeds. For example, also another way to support Hashkins, and this is like the most important for us right now, is that we have a proposal in the DHF, which is the decentralized Hive fund, and we are at 90% to get funded because the market now is really savage with the ups and downs, especially the downs. Everything is in blood, and that kind of fed our development funds right now. But we're almost there. But I would love if you can go to our proposal in PICD and consider voting for us. And regarding social media, yeah, of course, I would love to see more posts about Hashkins because I always read in the feedback of our players. Maybe a video will be amazing.
Thank
But
you.
and also joining our Discord, that will be dope.
Yeah, get in on the community, Luke. Thank you so much for taking the time and educating us more on Hash Kings, and thank you for being a part of DYGYCON 9. That's going to conclude our talk here with Luke. We really appreciate it. Let's hear it from the crowd. If you've got your emote button ready, start sending those claps out. Send him some love. Stick around and hang out. Luke, I'm sure you're going to be here for the remainder of DYGYCON, and if not, that's okay. But I'm sure there'd be some folks that want to meet with you and talk with you after this. But we're going to go ahead and cut to some footage. I have some video of a day one of DYGYCON that I'm going to be bringing up on stream, and then we will get into our next talk, which will be, let me make sure that I've got this right. It's going to be Sniper. Yeah, Sniper, who's the founder of CryptoShot. So we're going to be heading over there next, and we'll be back in just a few moments here with DYGYCON 9. us because it is time to begin. All right, this is Peter Perez. I'm joined by Waffles Kitty, and we are now in the Crypto Shots booth with Sniper, the founder of Crypto Shots. Thank you for joining us, Sniper. Really appreciate your time. DYGYCON 9, I hope it's been a lot of fun. How has your day been so far?
It's been good, thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Oh, that's great to hear. We have a chance for you to kind of give us a breakdown of Crypto Shots, some higher level. If you got some secrets that you want to share, that today would be a really good day to do that. No pressure to you, though, my friend. That's all right. That's all on you if you want to do that. But Waffles and I, we have the pleasure of hearing about all these awesome projects. But so it's really nice to hear directly from the team themselves that are developing it. DYGYCON is just that really unique opportunity to be able to get real intimate and close with, the developers that are working behind the blockchain games that, we are discovering and coming to love. I'm a big proponent of the play to earn ecosystem, and so I just want to speak your praises and thank you for your contributions there. So everyone, if you're hearing us, send them some claps, emotes. Find Sniper in the crowd. Let me see if I can find. There he is. Go ahead and send him.
I'm trying to shake his hand right now.
Send it. Yeah, send it. Send it over to him. Because we want to take the next few minutes. We're gonna probably 20 minutes or so, where the floor will be yours, and then we'll open it up to some questions. So, Sniper, feel free. The floor is yours. Take it away.
Sounds great. Thank you. I'm sharing my screen. Can you all see it?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
perfect. So let me start talking about Crypto Shots. As this light said, it's a first-person shooter powered by Wax and Hive. But let me start with a couple of questions. So how many of you have ever played a first-person shooter before? Raise your hand. The little button.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay, there you go. Okay, you have quite a few. And how many of you have ever played a play-to-earn first-person shooter before?
Negative.
Okay. Well, we're going to try and fix that. Okay, let me start. First, though, allow me to do a quick introduction about myself. So I'm a software engineer. I was lucky enough to get interested in blockchain quite early, and I've been working in a couple of projects in the past couple of years and months. One is Keys Defender on the Hive blockchain, and one is Crypto Shots. Just a couple of words on Keys Defender. It's a good bot that I created back in 2020. What does it do? It detects when you leak your private keys on the blockchain. So if you leak them anywhere on chain in any type of operation, it puts your funds into your savings, so they're safe there for at least 3 days, and also keeps checking, and it also warns you as best as you can. That's not really happened. Do keys get leaked on the Hive blockchain? Well, yes. In its more than 2 years of a free service on Hive, it detected the hundreds of leaked keys and saved over $50,000. There's also some Splinter Lens users in there too, by the way. Another big feature that it has, it's a countermeasure against the phishing campaigns on Hive that unfortunately tend to happen quite a bit. So it's controlled by the community, and only high reputation accounts and the top block producers can control it, are allowed to immediately blacklist a link or a user, and or also a bunch of smaller accounts. If they execute a command on chain, anywhere on chain, in a comment saying, with that command, this link might be phishing, and then what the bot does is starts warning all users that come across the link, and it also starts a backward scan of the chain towards users that were affected before the report was made. Pretty cool, huh? So how does it do that? It scans the blockchain blocks each by one, almost in real time. There's a few milliseconds delay, and make sure that the comments, the transfers, all the operations on chain are safe. It can even detect when there's an attempt to inject malicious code in dApps. If something suspicious is going on, it automatically warns the targeted user, and also triggers a notification in a dedicated Discord where other volunteers are. There's a lot more to it, and also been working a couple of small projects on Hive, but let's get to the main topic of this talk, Crypto Shots. Let's see how my team and I are trying to do innovation on Wax and Hive. So we have been working on this since October last year. We are currently in the last phase of the beta. We have been live since February 15th. We have a growing community. We are self-funded, and we have about 200K in trading volume on Atomic Hub and NFT blocks. We are browser-based, so our Web3 game is developed with Unity and using WebGL to run in any browser. The 2D scene runs in a Unity canvas, and yeah, it's the same thing that you're all using right now for DYGYCON. But well, yeah, we are not low poly, so that's the difference. What advantages does it bring us to be browser-based? You can log in and play on any machine, on your wife's laptop, at work. Don't do it. At least don't blame me if you get fired. Because being browser-based, it's also easy to run on mobile browsers, and even in VR headsets, in VR browsers. And we're already working on in that direction. Where we did some experiments. And yeah, more browser. There's more on that. So yeah, we're nearly there. We also already support controllers, and we are in the process of releasing inverted mouse as well for professional FPS players. Even though we are trying to target a broad spectrum of types of players. This is our web UI, and in here you have your inventory, your wallet, the leaderboard with all the player scores, the top 50, and also on the play section, and there's a launching pad for the 3D game. In the game, the players can collect, trade, and use their NFT, the NFT that they have in their wallet to win their matches. And they own the gaming assets being those NFTs, so they hold the real world value. So that's pretty cool. This is how the game looks like. The level 0 on the left is what our players have been playing for a bit now. And level 1 cargo ship was released on Monday, so it's fairly new. We're still working on some bug fixes, on some updates. It's already up there and engaging our players. And we already started working on level 2, our third level, Mars. It's under active development. What's cool about it that you can see in the picture is that the terrain is programmatically generated. So our lead game dev is playing with that, and yeah, I find it pretty cool. Boom. I hope this is pretty flashy. I hope you're not sitting in a room, dark room with the screen in front of your eyes. All right, you may have lost your sight. So this is level 0. These animations give you an idea of how the gameplay is. What's the goal of the game? The goal is to take down all the enemies and all the enemies that you find in the level, in the map, and you earn a small chunk of our token, boom, every time you do so. Depending on the difficulty that you chose, the weapon that you use, and which reward boosters you have in your wallet, you learn different amounts. If you lose, you get only 1/10 of the base rewards of the level. If you win, you get the whole pot plus the boosters calculated based on the NFTs you have in your inventory. So most of the game items are NFTs, for example, the weapons in the game, and you're also for example, the weapons in the game, you can only use them if you can pick them up in the game only if you have them in your wallet. Same thing for shields, for characters and skills. Some of the skills are temporarily immortal for a bunch of seconds. You can run faster, and you're also implementing a mega jump and the ability to crack doors for the character when there's a closed room. This is the first level, and as I said earlier this week, we launched the second one, and it looks like this. In the top right corner, we have our favorite YouTuber, Icaro. He played at the early stage of the game before we released it, and all level above level 0 have a final boss to take down, and you can use a shield to protect yourself. But more on that in a minute. As I said, we are already working on the third one, and much more is going on.
Okay.
So every level starts with a choice of a spaceship to use. So there are different solutions, different options that you can choose from. They have different durations that you have to wait before you can play, and different costs. And the spaceships are NFTs, so the players own those NFTs, and they get a cut on. The players own the NFTs, and they get a cut on the travels. Plus, they are able to, so you're able to unlock the spaceship only if you have the end of level NFTs that are the ones on the left. You can see those are the enemies. When you complete the level on medium, you earn one, and you can unlock the spaceship for the day. I mean, and yeah, if you win at least once at the medium level of the previous level, you earn it, and then you can win it again if you beat your previous record by X seconds, and you can also sell it to other users. If, for example, if someone wants to play the third level and earn the new token that we issue there, they can purchase from the market the previous end of level NFTs and be able to unlock the spaceships and travel there. You can also travel for free, but the spaceship captain is a pretty ass and and wants half of the gaming rewards for that day in exchange for their service. So that's all for the spaceships. Let's get to the white paper. So how can you start playing? You need at least a starter kit. In order to be able to pick up weapons, as I mentioned earlier, you need to have the weapons in your wallet, and you can either find them you can get them as a whole weapon, or you can blend the parts. Every level will have different weapons and different parts that you can blend them to create them. If you want more playtime, you can get some characters. Those are level specific as well, and the maximum playtime is 2 hours a day. To get more ammo for all your weapons, you need energy cells, and then shields for more life, and condensers for reward boosters. Yeah, you can find more information on our website, and the white paper is there, and we are also in the process of releasing an updated version. The idea is that every couple levels will issue a new token and create new staking and burning mechanisms. We also have monthly burn events, and rewards are slightly adjusted as we release more levels. What we currently do on chain is authentication, transfer of funds, purchase of NFTs using our Boom token, issuing tokens as gaming rewards, travel payments, and minting NFTs as gaming rewards. That's being released these days with the end of level NFTs. For now, you can play even without those. What's work in progress? We have worked on a smart contract that allows you to stake Boom and earn Mars. That is the token that will be issued in the third level of the game. It can also be already be pre-mined in our Discord game. That's already on the testnet, and yeah, we only need to integrate it into the front end. We're always a bit behind that. We also started working on the secret weapon guessing smart contract. You choose which NFTs and tokens to input, and it burns them. And if you're lucky, you guess the right combination. You guess secret weapon that has up to 4x multiplier on your rewards for each kill you make with a weapon. So it's very cool. The contract is going to be probably fair since it's on blockchain, and yeah, it's going to be thanks to the transparency technology that we use with the blockchain. Yeah, and we are aiming to become more decentralized as we grow, but yeah, we're moving into that direction, and these are the steps we are taking. So this is the screen that you get to when you log into our website, play.cryptoshots.com with a dash between play and shots. If you don't have NFTs, you get that. So that means you can play if you don't have NFTs. Actually, the answer is no. You can play for free using scholarships. So if you don't have time during the day to play, or if you can afford to invest in a bunch of gaming NFTs, you can submit your request in Discord. You can find a partner, and you can create a collaboration with someone else that they can rent their Crypto Shots inventory to you, so you can play for free, and you can split the rewards.
Brilliant.
The reward, yes. So the rewards are split automatically, and we came up with a solution to write some data on chain. Basically, we write on chain the partner wallets, so they're linked to each other with these two NFTs, and also how much of the share they want to keep for themselves, for example, 50-50 or 40-60, whatever they like. Also, the maximum duration of the partnership and who keeps the NFTs in game. We came up with this solution, and so far it's working well, I would say. And what if one of the two parties doesn't want to be in this partnership anymore? They can simply burn their NFTs. Everything the rewards are split automatically, so they can just burn it and interrupt it, whether because they agreed with the other party or if they didn't agree with them. It's as simple as that. To set up scholarships for now, there are some manual steps, but we're already working on a Discord bot that will allow us to automate the process of generating these NFTs linked to each other that create these partnerships between players. Okay, so what can I do with my gaming rewards? I play for free, I earn some boom. What can I do? You can purchase some of our NFTs in our marketplace. You can leave them unclaimed you get some yield. You also need to leave some unclaimed in order to be able to claim new rewards. So as you advance in the game and your rank increases, you'll be required to stake a bit more in order to be able to claim new rewards. You can still play, but if you don't stake a little bit every time, you won't be able to keep getting rewards. That's how we keep it balanced. We can also obviously trade it on Alcor, and we also have a liquidity pool that you can use. To set up a new scholarship, the person renting out their account needs to pay 20 boom. It's about $1. And as I mentioned, we work on the contract to earn Mars taking boom and the secret weapon guessing, plus the spaceship that we mentioned before. And we are working on integrating like a purchase mechanism. When you run out of ammo or time during the game, you will be able to resolve it that way. We are also planning for later this year to work on some merchandise. It's going to be 3D printed by us, and it's going to be in the form of viral NFTs. And it's going to be you're going to be able to purchase it with Boom as well. Hive. So as I mentioned, we are both on Wax and Hive. Why did we choose these two blockchains? We decided to be powered by these two DPoS blockchains because of their speed, their near zero fees, and their low ecological impact. Plus, they both have great communities and they are dev friendly. So that's what brought us here. How did we use Hive in the past 8 months that we have been working on CryptoShots? Since November last year, 2021, we were already using Hive with our Discord bot. You can see my friend Andrea there is shooting. You can shoot in our Discord. There's a dedicated channel, and you earn some rewards based on NFTs you have. We store into Hive some pseudo anonymous data so that the player has transparency of what's going on. They can execute a profile command, !profile, and they can see all the history of what happened. Just for them to receive a DM with that link. So yeah, that's how users pre-mine our tokens before they get issued in the 3D game when it gets out. Since February this year, we also be putting in Hive some config files so that if our servers go down for some reason and the players they are playing, they have it in the cache, it's gonna keep working. This is just a first step towards more decentralization. Then also 2 months ago, we worked on a first prototype of a marketplace for our own Hive NFT, and yesterday we prepared launch. So a bit more information about that as a little surprise. Yeah, what we are planning to do next on Hive, we are planning on integrating Hive NFTs into the game. So you're going to be able to merge Hive and Wax inventory, your NFTs into one. You're going to be able to use them all into your game. Plus, we already have our Hive token on testnet. It's going to be called Doom, and we already worked on it's already implemented. We only need to catch up on the front-end side to be able to issue this additional token. When you play, you're gonna earn both our Boom token and our Doom token from Wax and Hive. Yeah, this is a surprise. Basically, this is live as half an hour ago. We are selling our first Hive NFT in occasion for DYGYCON. It's the level 1 Force Shield, and you can trade it in our marketplace. The link is up there. So for now, it's under a separate subdomain, but it's going to be merged into our main UI as soon as possible. Okay, back to us. What do you need the Hive Shield for? You can see in the animation in the top right corner when you face the end of level enemy for level 1, you can pick it up and it protects you against the enemy. So it may come in handy if you get there at the end of the level without enough life or without enough ammunition. So yeah, that's definitely a plus. It's only available on Hive and there's only 500 of that. At the moment, players playing level 1, since we only launched on Monday, for now they can pick it up even without NFT, but integrating the Hive NFT is going to be next. And a reminder, if you don't complete the level, you only get 1/10 of the rewards and no boosters, so it may be convenient. So what's next on our roadmap? We have a lot of features that we have been working on as a proof of concepts, and they only need to be integrated into our main product. For example, the UI on mobile is already the UI of our game, not the game of the web UI of the game is already available. You can do everything except for playing. You already work on the controllers. You only need to merge the two. So that's gonna come out in June. Plus, we also work on a AR app in the Pokemon Go side, where you'll be able to see 3D models of our NFT in the real world. And yeah, that's just needs to be tested and released. What's next in the medium long term? We are working on more. We want to work on more staking and burning mechanisms. And yeah, another big goal we have is to introduce multiplayer. It's long due. At first, it's going to be 1 versus 1, and eventually later on, it's going to be multiplayer with battle royale. We also intend on integrating more blockchains, Solana and BNB, and we also have in our plans to work on a VR, AR game, since our lead game dev works with the technologies every day. So yeah, if you want more information, you can check out the roadmap on our website. In occasion of DYGYCON, I'm not sure if you saw around, but we have 2 things. We have an auction sponsored by DYGYCON, and it's an atomic hub. How does it work? It's a whole spaceship. Usually we sold spaceships in parts. This time it's only 1, and it's a unique piece. This is level 0 of spaceship, so soon players will have to pay 50 cents in order to be able to unlock level 0 for the whole day, and the owner of this NFT will get 5% of those fares. Plus, there's a scavenger hunt going on with the mint number 1 of Technopoly. What does it do? This cute NFT gives you temporary immortality for a bunch of seconds on every match, and during those seconds, it also gives you double rewards. Plus, it shows you can open some doors, show you some shortcuts in the game, and it also acts as a whitelist for drops and pre-drops. Oh, and on the right you find the next event. So we have scheduled next Sunday. We have a drop for the packs of the 2nd level, and at the end of the month, a land auction for the land and more spaceships, including Hive spaceship. In Fundo, we would like to invite you to our community. We do daily live streams. You can see Crypto Cowboy dancing and making our guest dance. And yeah, he also gave away his lucky hat as an NFT. And yeah, he gives to viewers he does some giveaways with our ammo that has usually quite needed in our game. We also do live tournaments every other weekend, sometimes Saturday and Sunday, depends. And we have NFT prizes, and we reward engagement in our Discord with some badges that are NFTs. And these, yeah, they are mostly automated, and yeah, they are in Hive style. We reward engagement from our users. Yeah, I would like to say thank you to blockchaingaming.com that sponsored our presence here today. You can find us, them, and the other games that they support here in the blockchain gaming hall. I would like to say thanks also to my awesome team that has been working hard with me on this for the past 8 months. Thank you, Sarah, and thank you, DYGYCON. If you have any questions,
yeah,
this may be a claim link. Go on, please.
Good. Let me. I've screenshot. Okay. Got the screenshot. Okay. Sniper, thank you so much for that presentation. There's so much so many questions that I have to ask, but unfortunately we only have just a few minutes before we need to get to the next talk. So, if Waffles, did you have a question? If not, I had one that I wanted to throw out there.
Actually, where would be the best place to support crypto shots? And then my second question would be, would you guys eventually want to create it outside of a browser-based game into like actual program?
Okay, first question, the best place to join us is Discord. Our community is active there, and Twitter and Discord are most active social media channels.
Okay.
Regarding the game, no, we want to like differentiate ourselves from competitors and be browser based. Even though we are not low poly, so there are some challenges there, but so far we have been able to tackle them. We are targeting mobile, so it's going to be a mobile browser game. So it's going to become a progressive web application as well. So you can save it between your apps directly from the browser. You can play from there because according to market analysis, mobile gaming is growing much more compared to desktop. So that's where we're going.
Yeah, that's excellent. The question that I had, Sniper, for you is a level builder or world builder, so players can create challenges for other players to come in and try to, win on those maps. Is there any interest in wanting to go down that road?
We haven't explored that path yet, but it's something that we could be interested in to look at. For now, we have we plan some land sales where users can own a piece of the map and earn a percentage of the rewards of that day, and the same thing is going to happen with the arenas where player will challenge will play against other players. If they own a piece of the arena, they'll be able to get a cut on those rewards.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much. That's all the time that we have for this talk. Just want to give one last shout out to Crypto Shot Sniper. Thank you so much. If anyone got your finger on the email button and you want to send some love over to Sniper, now's the time to do it. We're going to cut to a break. I have a video of day 1 of DYGYCON for everyone to enjoy, and we're going to bring that in, and we'll see you at the next talk, which is going to be, let me pull up my schedule rather quickly. Oh, I've got it right here. Here it is, and it's going to be Crimson Clad, right? One of the witnesses for the Hive blockchain.
Yes.
Yeah, so hopefully we don't have to go too far to go talk to Crimson Clad, and then we will be right back in just a few moments here at DYGYCON 9.
Krim had to double check.
You live under my shadow, paralyzed.
DYGYCON 9, a place where you can learn more about these play-to-earn games, only here in the metaverse. But we're so glad that you could be here for DYGYCON 9. I'm Game Job Pete.
Have fun, you all, and visit us at the Nifty Blocks Hall. Got plenty of fun stuff over there.
Don't waste all your time here, because the party's in there. If this is your first time attending DYGYCON and you're not sure what to do, that's okay. None of us really know what's going on.
Yeah, no, that's not me. Maybe it's Morse code.
Get some. Yeah, there it is. It's just like we're just creating sparks.
Wow.
Oh, we can shake hands. Let's go. Aw, look at that.
Hello.
Oh, the gooeyes are kissing.
Oh, someone don't have GUIs. Attack him, everyone.
Yeah, surround the non-gooey.
Kissy GUIs.
Kissing.
Livestream, Pete.
Yeah, let's go rock and roll. All right, we're up. Sarah, take it away.
All right, awesome. From Hive Blockchain or Witness, Crimson Clad. She's been there forever. Everybody raves about her. That whenever I mention Hive and that Crim is coming, so Crim, you take it away.
Hi. So I'm really stoked to be here today, and I've really been enjoying all of the other presentations. And you guys are super cool because, believe it or not, as technically proficient as I am and a dev and all the other things, I still managed to botch my start time here today. So glad to everybody waiting. And now, I don't know the spread of people here, other than a lot of you guys are Splinterlands players, and that you guys have had a lot of experience around Splinterlands and play to earn gaming. But if you've been kind of checking out some of the other presentations today, you will have seen Hash Kings, and you will have maybe just seen crypto shots. And there's a lot of excitement around games on the Hive platform. And so, for some of you guys, and I don't know, maybe we can raise some hands. Are you familiar with the Hive blockchain already? Are you already playing these games? Because what a lot of people aren't realizing is the power of the blockchain that is powering these games that you love. And so, for me today to do this little talk and kind of give you guys some information, it's going to be interesting because I bet some of you have no clue what Hive is, and some of you have been around since the legacy blockchain before Hive. So, I'm going to try and give you guys some information that, people from all sort of levels of expertise will be able to learn something from. But the
Cool.
big thing
And,
that
and Prim, before we go into that, will you see your OBS screen on your screen share?
Oh, Jesus. So there you go. That's so I can so I can see what's going on. So we'll dump that. Thanks for telling me.
All right. We're
Technically proficient nonetheless. So the reality is Splinterlands and many of these games are, you guys are enjoying Crimception, Clay says. Fair enough. Splinterlands is, based on the Hive blockchain, and it is one of the longest running and one of the most famous and the most played play to earn blockchain game in the world right now. It's wild. It's breaking records. It's blowing other blockchains out of the water. And one of the coolest things
like
is that both
someone
Splinterlands and Hive
tried to
have kind
basically
of been
seize
on
all
this
your
upwards
assets
trajectory.
and say,
And we know in the crypto space, that's not always the case. Or the flip side is it's always number go up, number go up, number go up. And that's not always sustainable when we think about some of these hype tokens that have come out. So, kind of what I want to talk about today is if you're playing Splinterlands, or if you're playing Rising Star, or if you're playing a Hash Kings, or any of these games that are powered by the Hive blockchain, you actually have a ton of other things that you can do that you might not even know you're empowered to do. And that's really cool. So, depending on why you got into blockchain gaming, and depending on what it is you're most interested in when it comes to the reason that you're playing these games. Is it that you want to earn a little crypto? Is it that you love a good card game, a good first person shooter, a good, tower defense, all of these things that we've been hearing about today? Or is it that you just stumbled into it and you love it and now you want to learn more? Crypto and blockchain are kind of scary, and especially right now, everything that you're hearing around the internet and in the real world is that, it's all over. Crypto's dead. Bitcoin died again. All the other tokens are going down. Pain and doom and gloom. But if you're in here and you're playing games, none of that really matters to you. And in fact, if you're playing games, one of the things you might have learned is that your tokens, your assets, your accounts, all these things that truly belong to you because you're in a decentralized ecosystem and playing on Web3, is that they've weathered the storm. And it doesn't really matter what the market side of crypto is doing, because for you, the community and the abilities that you have with your games, they haven't changed. And this is a really cool thing. So for a lot of you guys who have discovered, these games that are both on Wax and on Hive, or who are starting to understand what a wallet is in the crypto space, I want to remind you a little bit about Hive, the blockchain. And I'm a little biased, obviously. I'm a consensus witness, and I've built my own projects on Hive. And many of my friends are the people behind games like Splinterlands, or like Hash Kings, or all of the other cool stuff that's happening. But if you haven't tried checking out the wider Hive ecosystem, that's what I want to talk to you about a little bit today. Because what you might not know is that account name that you use on Splinterlands, that wallet that you're used to checking over on Peak Monsters, is actually your key to an entire decentralized ecosystem. And if you've ever heard me talk before, then you'll know I get really jazzed about this. I get so excited about it. Now, when these sound effects are perfect, thank you. When I talk a lot about my start in blockchain, it's going to be really similar to a lot of you guys. You'll probably have started out just playing games, right? I came to the legacy blockchain, to the foundation of Hive, as a blogger. I thought I'm going to share some photos and it's going to be really neat. And maybe I'll earn some crypto. And that was the start of some pretty humble beginnings that have turned into project leader and, Hive liaison and being part of the birth of an entire new blockchain ecosystem. And now getting to go out and talk and educate about it. So for you, if you've just started with your first Splinterlands card pack, have you ever thought about checking out some communities around the blockchain? You can go and log in with your wallet address and you can start posting or reading content or voting on content. You can go to one of the number of NFT marketplaces that are being created, whether attached to a game like Crypto Shots was just talking about, or like Hash Kings was talking about, or like something like a project that I'm involved in, like NFT Showroom, which is art and creative NFTs around the space. And so you have a lot of options that you might not be exploring. And I kind of want to throw this out there because there is a lot that is really intimidating about blockchain and crypto. And I get that, especially now. And if you're coming from sort of a traditional gaming Hearthstone kind of experience, to jump in and to hear about NFTs and assets and Web3 decentralization can be a lot to take in. But one of the coolest things about the Hive blockchain that you may not realize is that you're already on it. You've already got a wallet. You already have assets. And this is the first step into really understanding what crypto and blockchain can do for you. Now, what you might have heard or what you might know from around the rest of the ecosystem is that a lot of coins have really high fees, that block times are really slow, or that there's a lot going on. Boo! That there's a lot going on out there that makes your experience not so great. So why are people trying to build on Hive, or why are people coming to this blockchain and creating these great games that you love? And that's because Hive is fast, it's feeless, and it essentially is ready to scale. Now, some of this stuff isn't going to matter to you, but when I tell you that you don't have a gas fee for anything you want to do, forget Splinterlands. You can do that turn by turn. It's free, no big deal. But you can go out and you can post content, or you can explore other sorts of services around the blockchain, and that's all unlocked for you. But one of the coolest things that's happening, and that you may not even understand, is that playing Splinterlands can actually power your ability to go out and do more around Hive. So what I'm kind of underlining for you today, if you're here and you're just learning a little bit about Hive, or if you're just a Splinterlands player and you've never kind of dipped your toes into what else is around the Hive ecosystem, I want you to get excited about it. And even if you are a blockchain veteran, or if you're a brand newbie who thinks everything about it is terrifying, this is the best on-ramp that you could have found. And I'm so excited for you, because your journey, I hope, is going to be something a little bit like mine. Come to share pictures of your pets, end up, launching a new blockchain and taking this out to the world and teaching more people about what Web3 can do for them. So I am going to kind of wrap it up. I know I haven't given you a lot of information, because I think questions is probably going to be pretty valuable for some of you guys. But what I do want to kind of leave you with is that if you are only in the gaming niche, I want to remind you that there are other big aspects to the crypto space right now that you're probably hearing about a lot that maybe you haven't taken a sec to look into. And one of those things is DeFi, right? Decentralized finance. Now, if you say, I'm a blockchain gamer, I know blockchain, I'm cool. If people come to you and ask you, okay, what do you do? they're probably expecting to hear you say, I'm a trader, or I'm making tons of that magic internet money. And maybe that's something you haven't explored yet. Well, Hive is a great option for you too. And you don't have to feel like you need to jump into it and put your life savings or even spend any money at all. I'm not the crypto bro who's like, yeah, man, pump my bags. No. The reason that I bring this up is playing Splinterlands and other games, interacting around the ecosystem, blogging, using things like services. There are a number of front ends that you can literally just go around and vote on stuff and potentially earn a little bit of Hive. There's so many cool things you can do with that. And if you are a little crypto shy or crypto averse, then one of the best things that I can kind of nudge you towards today is checking out your wallet and understanding that if you want to stake your Hive or if you want to stake your HBD, which is a stable coin associated with the Hive blockchain, you can earn interest, passive interest, without doing anything. And unlike a lot of the options that we've heard about out in the crypto world, there's no real risk to it because you and only you are a key holder. So if you've got money sitting in your traditional finance bank account and it's not earning you anything, but you're playing Splinterlands and you're seeing, hey, I'm earning a little bit of Hive, experiment with some of the options that you have, including just keeping something like your HBD in savings, because you could be earning 20% interest on it. There's lots of cool things going on. And if you decide you do want to learn more about crypto, then Hive's ecosystem has so many cool communities that can help you do that. I'm really tech savvy, but I suck at trading. And so when I want to learn something, I will head over to the blogging side of Hive and I'll read some posts on something like Leo Finance, which is a whole front end community platform built around trading, crypto, all of the things that you could learn to trade with. And then there are bridges over to something like Polygon or other blockchains where you can actually enter into the real DeFi if you want. And that's all powered by Hive. It's cross-chain, and you can take whatever little baby steps you want to learn more about pretty much any aspect of blockchain that interests you. So if you're here just to game, no problem. But just remember, your Splinterlands login, your Hive account, that thing that you're going to make right now because you want to go play crypto shots or you want to get in on the pre-sale for the tower defense game that Hash Kings is helping work on, whatever it is that brought you here, you've got a lot of options. I want to see you explore it because you're going to have a lot of fun. And I'm hoping that Hive is going to open a lot of doors for you. So with that, I'm going to kind of leave things. I'm trying to watch my time here. I'm going to try to leave things open for a couple of questions if you guys have any.
Thanks so much, Hive. Like actually, like Hive mother, or I guess like what?
Hive mother?
A little bit.
I
I'm
love
everybody's
that.
naggy Hive mom.
I know, like literally when I was like asking about you, they're like, "Oh, you mean Hive mom?"
Yeah.
Are we going to be spawning more Crims? Is that hopefully a thing that we can do? Because I think we need more evangelists. We need more, those that can advocate and educate, especially those that are interesting and not, like putting us to sleep and not saying, because that's a very common thing is like those that are really super tech savvy, right? They're very technical and by the book and they're going to read line by line and expect. Well, when I sit in a classroom, the expectation is we're going to learn. But, it isn't the same for everyone. So it is important for us to bring energy. I appreciate so much that you do that, Grim. Such a pleasure, to meet you in this experience and in this way. And also, I appreciate that you're sharing your screen and we've got a much bigger, camera instead of our little tiny, thumbnails that we have sitting up top. So that's super helpful. If there were, yeah,
one thing that I do kind of want to follow up with that is just a reminder that you can have an understanding. Maybe you're an awesome Splinterlands player. And I think for a lot of people, they don't realize that that's hugely valuable knowledge. And that's blockchain related knowledge. The more you understand the aspects of Splinterlands, like the ownership of your tokens or how a card is an NFT, you're learning about core blockchain principles through something that is familiar and interesting to you. And that's a really kind of cool aspect of Hive, and the takeaway here is that you will find something that you understand best, and it's actually gonna teach you more about blockchain as a whole. It's super cool.
Yes, we hear all the time that gaming is going to be such a gateway into understanding blockchain, but we don't necessarily need people to understand blockchain if they can just enjoy the game and know on the back end that they're earning something for that. Can you speak to the power of gaming, maybe in a personal story that you have, or maybe somebody else that came to you and was like, "Hey, gaming was kind of a fun way for me to start getting my feet wet."
Totally. And it's quite funny because earlier at one of the presentations, if anybody watches back on the stream, they might have heard one of the attendees was talking about EverQuest. I too was an EverCrack player back in the day. And there's so many gaming, I don't want to call them retro, lest somebody, boot me off the stage here. But some of these retro gaming experiences were really key to helping people understand economy even. And so when you think of like EverQuest or StarCraft or WoW or any of these big open world games that had an economy inside them, they started letting Second Life, yeah, exactly. They started helping people understand that when something has value, a marketplace, if there are enough people interested in what you value, a marketplace is going to form. And anywhere that people gather, a marketplace is going to form. And that's an amazing thing. But unfortunately, what we've seen with Web 2 is that some of those marketplaces are really problematic because they're centrally controlled. And it's great to have a team and a central authority that is building something and that is shepherding something. But ideally, what you'd like to see is players and communities that are defining and creating value. And value can look like almost anything. But crypto is really awesome because all of a sudden you can take this really weird, intangible, sort of abstract value like a Splinterlands card and have a token on a ledger. And all of a sudden that makes sense. And this is the first time that that's really happening. So, yeah, gaming is really going to change how a lot of people who are really hesitant about blockchain appreciate the idea of, like I said earlier, those magic internet beans that make no sense. Attach it to a game, and all of a sudden, yeah, I get it.
Well, we are at the end of the time that we have. We need to get ready for the next one. Krim, I just I can't say enough how much we appreciate your enthusiasm and love for just kind of helping people better understand this world. Yes, we're all in here kind of, I hope you don't feel like you're preaching to the choir, because it's a refreshing to get that energy that, all of us have been kind of putting into these games, and to feel it kind of manifest into these exciting moments like with DYGYCON and getting to hear the passion from the other speakers. So again, thank you very much on behalf of all of us that care about these events and want to put them together. Really, we thank you for your time.
No problem. I'll hang around in private chat later if anybody has any questions about the ecosystem.
Awesome. Thank you. We appreciate that. All right, guys, I'm going to cut to some video of day 1 from DYGYCON 9, and we'll be back in a few moments with our next talk. And our last and final speaker, we're going to have Skylar Ramsey, the CMO of Dojira, coming up in just a few moments, and we'll be right back.
You live under my shadow, paralyzed.
DYGYCON 9, a place where you can learn more about these play-to-earn games only here in the metaverse.
Yeah,
but we're so glad that you could be here for DYGYCON 9. I'm GameJoy Pete.
Have fun, you all, and visit us at the Nifty Blocks Hall. Got plenty of fun stuff over there.
Don't waste all your time here, because the party's in there. If this is your first time attending DYGYCON and you're not sure what to do, that's okay. None of us really know what's going on.
Yeah, no, that's not me. Maybe it's Morse code.
You live under my shadow, paralyzed.
DYGYCON 9, a place where you can learn more about these play-to-earn games only here in the metaverse. But we're so glad that you could be here for DYGYCON 9. I'm GameJai Pete.
Have fun, you all, and visit us at the Nifty Blocks Hall. Got plenty of fun stuff over there.
Don't waste all your time here, because the party's in there. If this is your first time attending DYGYCON and you're not sure what to do, that's okay. None of us really know what's going on.
Yeah, no, that's not me. Maybe it's Morse code.
You live under my shadow, paralyzed.
DYGYCON 9, a place where you can learn more about these play-to-earn games only here in the metaverse. But we're so glad that you could be here for DYGYCON 9. I'm GameJai Pete.
Have fun, you all, and visit us at the Nifty Blocks Hall. Got plenty of fun stuff over there.
Don't waste all your time here, because the party's in there. Get some. Yeah, there it is. It's just like we're just creating sparks.
Wow.
Awesome. Hey guys, all right. We made it to the GUIs booth, the team over at Dojira. Skylar, you're in the house, my friend. Welcome back to DYGYCON 9.
Thank you. For the question for Trenchy, GUIs.io. It's not only the website, the main website for GUIs, but it's also the skin that you can unlock. So go to the little unlock area. Just type in GUIs.io.
We gotta fill the booth with the mess, the stickiness, the gooiness. That never got old for me, Skylar. Right? Never did. All right, let's get some hype. There you go. There's the first one, but the cheering and the applause from the GUIs that we have inside the booth. There's still people trickling in here and trying to find like where it is to go. If you're still wandering around DYGYCON 9 and you're not sure how to get here, just click the View Schedule button. You can find the Dojira with Skylar Ramsey. I think we'll be talking about a couple of different things here, but we're going to hand it over to Skylar in just a moment. But if you click the enter virtual space, it'll teleport you directly to this room where you can hear everything firsthand in real time, or you can listen over the live stream and just click here on this button in the upper right, click play. You can watch the live stream and see everything no matter where you're at in case you wanted to dance on the dance floor, you wanted to go fishing, you wanted to go hop around somewhere with your, GUI skin. You can go ahead and do that. So without further ado, I'm sure Waffles is going to join us here in a moment. She's probably still talking with Krim, but that's all right. We got to keep the schedule going. Skylar, welcome back. This is like the 4th DYGYCON, I think, that maybe more. What has this experience been for you watching it from like event 1 all the way up until now?
Oh, it's great. I mean, like overall, it seemed that the event has improved through GamerJive, and then DYGYCON also adapted to that pretty well. I like the additions that you guys use in here, like the chat thing. How it doesn't just disappear now, like it's slowly, like you're able to scroll through it. It seems like the audio quality is improved. I really like what you guys did with the place.
Thanks. Yes.
I like how you guys changed the venue from just like a singular building to just kind of like, here's the outside, here's these more buildings. It kind of also leads a little bit into what's going to be next,
Yeah.
Like you're going to start making an entire world like, you see with these other guys, but instead of, custom avatars and stuff, they just have like a block guy that runs around. No, I mean, it seems like this is going to be, the place to be. So we'll be here for the next DYGYCONs and other things. Elliot says, without further ado. I like it.
Without further ado, I love it. Yeah, this is really the beginning of what will be happening next month. Yeah, because I know Elliot would probably agree with me that there's some really exciting things, changes specifically to the platform. We are going through a rebrand, and there's some things specifically that we want to do for Splinterlands, and there's also things that we're going to do as a platform for this event and metaverse experience. And we'll make some more announcements on that one. But we're not here. We're not here to talk about us. We're here to talk about you today, Skylar. Dojira is had a launch of GUIs. I think it happened during the last DYGYCON, so it's been about 2 months. What are some updates that you'd like to share since launch of GUIs?
Actually, it's been a little bit shorter than that. It's been maybe like a week since the actual launch of it.
Okay,
yeah,
great.
So what we do when it comes to any type of releases, launches, contracts, games, anything that we produce, we quadruple, quintuple, whatever other upholds in increasing numbers. We check it very vigorously, and we make sure there's absolutely nothing that can go wrong with it. We noticed that there was like an error that we came onto when we were about to release it. And we're like, yeah, we're going to go and hold off here. And so we went ahead and we fixed that pretty much. And then we had to release a little bit later, but the game is now out. It's similar to Fallout Shelter, very early access. There will be more stuff added to it and everything, but the experience overall has been great. There's been a good amount of users actually playing the game. There's been a decent amount of transactions. And so it's really just building from this point and getting more people to play the game. Because I mean, it's pretty much like you just get the NFT and you get free crypto. They're on like a little guidebook that we have, but you do get free crypto for playing the game. So it's pick up an NFT, play the game, you get crypto. A little bit about it, and also Pete, if you don't mind, since you are live streaming it, while I'm talking throughout here, if you could scroll through kind of the little screen that we have here to do a little nice little slideshow for the viewers while they're listening.
Perfect.
That'd be awesome.
You bet.
For Eva, I'm going to answer questions as I'm going through this. I'll do a little bit of a talk and then just go back into really AMAs about it and talking about GUIs. But Eva says, how can I get a GUI are you talking? Oh, an avatar, a skin. So if you go to the little avatar unlock button, the customizer, and you scroll over to unlocks, you just type in, yep, there you go. Nate says it. GUIs.io is the code with the capital G. Chaos Geek says I'm at over 300. I'm at over 300K GU from having only purchased 70K at launch. So there you go. There's one person talking about GUI. So they bought a GUI NFT. They've been playing the game. They got over 300K GU. And of course, as with all tokens, the price is just kind of like what different syncs are in the game, what different things can you do on it, and then people will do with it, and then they'll buy the GU token, use it, the price will increase, more people will be able to get the GU from the game, and then as the price increases, the emission rewards will obviously increase in US dollar price, while they maintain roughly the same depending on halving schedules and such. Watcher says 400K GU and going, did not sell anything, can't wait for tumbling. I'll actually get over to that, Watcher, but Watcher is another player of our game, so good on you, man. The more GUIs you got, the more GU you can get. I just thought of that on the spot. Nice.
Well done.
So a little bit about the blockchain space. So it's really growing at an insane rate. I'm sure you guys realize that too, or do you at least see it? I mean, bear, bull, what have you. Like we were saying, we're in a bear right now, but put us back a year or two before this, and we'd be like, oh, this is bull. Like this is bull numbers right here. And it's really growing at an insane rate, like new dApps, games, innovation coming about. And the two words that you'll hear a lot are centralization and decentralization. For those of you not exactly in the know, or just want a very simple man's term of what that is, an extreme example for decentralization is Bitcoin. Maybe it's not exactly extreme. Extreme would be like if there was multiple Satoshi Nakamotos, like, a nation of them, and then they made Bitcoin, they all decided on it and then everyone adopted it. But it really lends to almost a very close definition of what decentralization is. A guy, girl, a person, whoever Satoshi is, came in, made it, left, and said, hey guys, have fun. And it's pretty much people just building with this logic, this decentralized ledger, and there's no backdoors, no single entity or group can go ahead and grab it unless they buy up everything. But then that would increase the price, and then people would also benefit from that too, and other people could buy it, use it, make apps, whatever. But it's really lending to almost the true definition of decentralization. Centralization, as like an extreme example, again, is like a dictator controlling everything. It's one person. It could also go a little bit less than that. It can be like, you know, one group or one entity, one government, one team, whatever. But you take those people out of the matter, and now that whatever that thing is that has that centralization just doesn't work. When it comes to gaming, common forms of centralization is a singular team creating a singular game, an IP or brand or whatever, and then they put it on a server, and now you're playing with that game, you're using the items, it's World of Warcraft, what have you, and then you start getting into multiple IPs, you get into multiple like servers, you get into other things, and decentralization grows a little bit, but it's still controlled ultimately by one team or one company. When it comes into the blockchain space and creating games on it, extreme form of centralization. Oh, what's up, Waffles?
Yay!
I'm gonna go on my tangent here for a bit, and then I'll do AMAs and talk about GUIs, etc. With all of the lost my train of thought there for a second. All good though, all good. So with the blockchain space, with gaming, extreme example of that in that particular area. No, you're good, Waffles. You're good. No worries. An extreme example of that in gaming is like, let's say someone producing on a game that's very centralized, and then only they have access to that game. Not only can the plug be pulled on one entity, that blockchain, but also the plug be pulled on that one game, because maybe they're just adding NFTs in there slightly. And it's like, okay, that's awesome, I guess, because they're still adding some sort of blockchain functionality to it. But now the plug could pretty much be pulled just on their server, and that's it. And it's like, okay, like the majority of the UX, user experience, and the UI, user interface, is built just on the servers. Now, sometimes that can't always be, worked around, because obviously you go make a transaction on a contract or on a token or on a game, it takes forever to go through. When it comes to other games, you press a single button and now you have an item, and you attack somebody, or like in a PvP scenario, or you attack a monster in a PvE scenario, and it's like it immediately responds. Whereas in blockchain space, it's like, imagine having a contract or transactions for each action you did. It would take up a lot of time. And so what we want to do here at GUIs, here at Dojira, is we want to marry both of those, as centralization and decentralization, and make it kind of that perfect hybrid. And GUIs is a prime example of that. The contract itself, the core functionalities of the game, is fit into 24 KB of info. And if you guys, to put that into comparison, when you download a game, you're downloading like gigabytes, megabytes, you're downloading a lot of information. That doesn't include save or data or local cache or what have you, right? But with GUIs, all of that core contract, all of those features are fit into that tiny little space due to a lot of engineering on Owen Hayes, our lead developer's part. By the way, I'll say the names freely, as we're all doxed. You can see all our faces on the dojira.net website. But with this game in particular, a lot of it is decentralized. It's on the blockchain. We have a centralized team, obviously, but kind of like the roadmap, how we're going to be working the game as we're releasing features, it's going to be up to DAO vote as well. And so it's kind of like we're adding in the decentralization of community feedback in order to create the game, in order to improve it further. For example, somebody wants some type of like PvE elements, or somebody wants some type of PvP elements, or they want the game to quite literally look like old school MapleStory, or what have you. Then we put that up for a DAO vote, and you guys go ahead and vote on it. You say yes, and then we start implementing that. So that's kind of the decentralization that's a part of furthering the development of the game. Now, the game GUIs itself is early access at this time, so you have to pick up an NFT on OpenSea, and then from there, you can go ahead and play the game and immediately start earning GOO, the native token, to the GUIs game, which is paired in a way with, not paired as in, a direct exchange right now, but it's paired as in you can get the GOO token from staking, you can stake the GOO token, etc. That's coming up very, very shortly by playing the game GUIs. And then of course it's on quick swap, so you can, you get a certain amount and you want to tumble with 1% and you want to feed your GUIs with another percentage and you want to sell a little bit of it, then there you go, you can do that too. Now, of course, since like the core functionalities of the game are, on the blockchain, right now it's just kind of like, the experience is almost like Fallout Shelter. There's a lot of strategy kind of on the back end, deciding, what fruit to feed your GUIs, what quests to go on. And then once tumbling comes in, pretty much where you can put two GUIs together and create another GUI, you'll be able to not only sell those GUIs, but it's again more strategy. It's like you have to determine if you breed one GUI or tumble with one GUI with another one, will that give you a good amount of stats, the stats that you want? Will it allow you to get more goo in the long term? And along with those, there's more features incoming that I obviously can't talk about, but things on our immediate timeline is tumbling, of course, is staking features, which we already have a liquidity and liquidity pool staking and single staking on our on one of our websites. We already made those tools, and so that's for all those users if they want to use that. For the people that are part of the Gojira community or GUIs community, if they want to use that, they can. And other than that, I obviously can't talk about some features, but we also have renting coming up, which would allow you to just put your GUI out to rent it to other people. So if you want to rent it out for like $5 and you want to rent it out every 24 hours, then you can make money another way other than just, getting goo from the game, if that's your primary purpose. I really wish I could share some of this stuff with you guys on what other things we're going to do. So that is pretty much GUIs. And then of course on the project's end, on the company's end, on the team's end, we are getting marketing going as well. I can't speak on one of them, but we did mention before we are getting DAP Radar ads, so we are going to be doing that. We're going to be doing traditional email marketing amongst other things. And other than that, we are also going to be getting a community reward system coming up. So if you do social actions, if you do other things, telling people about GUIs, getting people in GUIs, inviting people, you can earn NFTs, you can earn goo, you can earn things that we're going to go ahead and, determine what's the best earner. And you guys just do those actions and you can get free stuff. So there's that as well. It's kind of like what is GUIs? I'm not going to go fully into what is Gojira, as we'd be here all day. But AMAs, I know you guys are on a schedule. What are your questions? Tell me your questions. By the way, if you want to know kind of like the art style that we're going in and what the game is going to look like, just take a peek at these slides. And not only the background, not only all the characters, all the background is, with exception of, centralized or decentralized exchanges being on there, all of the art and all the visuals is made by our artist or the designer. Watcher says, will tumbling start together with having? What is Nexus exactly? So tumbling, I can't speak exactly on when that will start, but that's like pretty much it's already in the contract. We just need to put the UI in there. So user interface, like what you'll see when tumbling happens and everything and what actions you can do. But pretty much it's already in there. So it's just kind of, cranking that out. But that's one of our next concerns, that along with staking. So that will be out very shortly. Can't tell you exactly when. Nexus is pretty much like the overall power level of your GUI. So if you have 3,000 Nexus versus someone that has 1,000 Nexus, you have a stronger GUI, and you can level up your GUI to have a stronger Nexus if it has a weaker one. Waffle says, will there be another GUI's avatar at DYGYCON? I'm going to talk to the Game of Jive team, and I will see if I can get another GUI's avatar in here, see what we can do.
I got a question for you, Skylar.
That would be amazing, but which one would it be?
I don't know.
There's so many. Have you guys seen the concept art?
Magma GUI.
Yeah, that's what I want. I want a Magma GUI in here or a Mecha GUI. I think those would be awesome.
Oh my gosh, that would be
I love that. I love both ideas. I really do. What have been some of the biggest learnings now that you've got, folks that are in there, you're getting some playtime? Any big takeaways?
The big takeaways, I would say, if Owen was here, he'd be able to tell you, but it's it's all innovation, honestly, because like this stuff there's no guides on here. Like, you know, if
Right.
you want to go learn like Unity and go make a game, there's an endless supply of guides. There's forums. There's people that can tell you exactly what to do. And when it comes to blockchain space, if you want to create a contract, again, there's guides, there's things you can do. But marrying both together, like Unity dev work as well as blockchain work, and then making them work, like making them look nice and making them actually work without errors, and making sure there's no like vectors for exploitation, because obviously you have to do that if there's a currency being added or earned. It's a lot of new stuff that's happening that hasn't been done yet, and so it's like we want to make sure that we're kind of on that like bleeding edge. We're kind of on the tip of the spear on making those changes happen. And so the main takeaway is really like it takes more time than you think, really. Like what you want to do is create the product and then tell people when it will be delivered. Because if you try to say, oh yeah, we're going to make a blockchain game and it's going to be out in July, and you see a bunch of NFT projects say that, just know that yeah, it's probably a lie. Like the main games that I've seen that came out that are blockchain gaming wise, they didn't have a specific date. They just said, hey, we're making this game. And it's like, okay, don't worry. And then once they're done with the game, or once they're on that level of testing, like they're pretty much done, they just have to make sure there's nothing wrong with it, then they go ahead and say a date. That's pretty much what happened with us, is that we were just like, hey, you know, we're pretty much done with this. This is a date when it get released. And then, you know, you run into some testing stuff as always, and it's like, all right, let's make sure that this game is polished as much as we can and come out.
You make it seem like being a perfectionist in developing a game that's a dangerous place for a perfectionist to be, because the iteration that needs to go into it, and you want it to just be fine-tuned and just right before you go to launch. And on the other hand, it's like you need to know all the learnings from the end user of what that experience is going to be like for them, and we don't really know that until they actually get in and start using it. And we very much share those pains. But yeah, thank you for answering that question. Were there any other questions? I can't see chat on my end, but maybe you or Waffles want to draw from those. And if not, I have more.
About it too is like, even if you're not a perfectionist, like you have to do things pretty much perfectly and predict things, because it's like if you leave an exploit in there, like your game, you know, the economy of it, if you don't plan for things, like it's just going to implode. It's
a good point.
Good thing. Yeah,
that's a really good point.
Anybody else, guys? Any other questions do we got here? You guys want to know more about?
We've got about three more minutes, guys. Obviously, you can stick around afterwards and continue to ask more questions. But we'd really love to hear from you. If you want to jump on mic, turn on your camera, get nice and loud, get hype, bring the energy, guys, because this is now day 2, and we've still got one more day of DYGYCON. A whole nother day, which is fantastic. Maybe Skylar, what would you, in an ideal world, right? You know, let's say you had the magic wand about a kind of GUI feature that you'd like to bring in. You know, obviously without, you know, sharing too much. What would that be?
Honestly, it's exactly what I suggested here earlier when it comes into the snapshot. Like when I was younger, I would play MapleStory. Right now I can't, because they just, I don't know, it's too much. They added too much.
Yeah.
I would have old school MapleStory style combat with GUIs. Like maybe the GUIs are the companions, or maybe like the GUIs just have like certain attacks, kind of like almost like, you know, Pokemon-esque, where it's like an elemental power and they can like stomp on people, like hop on people or whatever. But like old school MapleStory combat would be like awesome. Like exactly pre-Big Bang MapleStory. And Chaos Geek says GUI plushies. But that's very difficult. You'd have to get pretty big, because like looking at cost, not efficiency, but cost, like I can't remember what the name is called, but it would cost a lot, and it would take a long time.
The cost benefit,
have too much, like, you know, it would just be our community wanting it. So once we get bigger, we would have a lot more reason, like ability to do the turn-based combat, like Paper Mario. I mean, like, yes, like that's the reason why I said exactly like MapleStory combat, because it's like it's interactive. Like the monster attacks you. There's not too much visuals on it, but it's still fun. You know, so like that's what I would want. I can't tell you exactly what the team's working on. When they are able to tell you, that means it's almost relatively close to being released. Yeah, that's what I would want. Waffles is saying I'd like to see a GUI fighting game, even if 2D or RNG Discord bot, right? Like, I would want a 2D. I would want interactive, like I said, MapleStory. That'd be awesome. On Uncommon mission, 18 hours to put alarm to wake up late at night every few days to get all the quests in. Oh god, see, Watcher's on that schedule. He's making sure his money works for him. Like, meanwhile, like I bought 2 GUIs myself. And I'm just like, whenever I get to the computer, I'll go ahead and send out a quest. I'm like, they'll do their thing. And I still, I've seen a good return from it. And that's from GUIs that I bought. It's an awesome return. Like, I think I got 2 GUIs, and I have about 200K GU or so from sending them out. So it's like, it depends on the strength of the GUIs and everything, but there's an obvious return from sending it, so it's a good amount as well. Chaos, I would like to be able to consult the history of quests done in quest rewards. That suggestion's been sent up, and so it's just kind of like that probably wouldn't be like a direct feature update. It would just be kind of like something thrown in there, like okay, so it would be a feature update. It wouldn't be something like big though. It'd probably be like, oh yeah, we updated that. There you go, guys. But yeah, that information, because it wouldn't take too long, but we sent it up to the devs, so he's going to be looking at that as well. But if you guys, I know you guys got to go, but if you want to pick up GUIs, go to OpenSea, pick up a GUI. It's GUIs P2E. You can jump on our website. You can jump on our Telegram. You can find out where those are at. You can also go to playguis.com when you want to play the game. But if you don't have a GUI, you can still peek around, look at the UI and everything from there. Other than that, Pete, Waffles, any of you guys, you have any questions?
What was the floor price on OpenSea? I didn't check it out yet.
The floor price, let me actually pull it up for you right now. For a GUI,
and how many are out there?
Is 0.09 ETH, so about $160 for a GUI. And if once Tumbling comes out, the price will decrease as people sell their Gen 1s or their Gen 0s, which we have now. There's about 1,000 out there only right now. But yeah. Oh, Lucky, this is a Polygon chain-based game.
All right, maybe we have time for one more question. Yeah, one more. Anyone? Please.
One more question, guys.
Please. Throw it out there if you can. All right. I will. I guess we can wrap it here. Skylar, thank you again. Everyone, give Skylar some love. Bounce on his GUI. Make it nice and sticky. Guys. He's got plenty of baby wipes. He can deal with the stickiness of it all.
I'll clean up all the goo after.
All the muck in the goo. Maybe it'll put some more goo in your wallet. You never know. But I'm just super excited and thrilled that we get to do this again in 2 months. We're going to do it with DYGYCON 10. Really exciting time. Again, with that time, that means more effort and design and the work that your team will be doing with GUI. Skylar, congratulations on the launch on this one. I still need to get my GUI. If somebody's got some referral codes or affiliate codes, you want to send them our way, shoot them to us so we can get in and get our first one. But any pick a couple places, like where are the things that the call to action that you have for people to come kind of learn more and to start playing today?
Join our Telegram. That's it. As simple as just join our Telegram, talk to our people. That's it. I mean, I won't ever encourage you. The team won't ever encourage you or tell you to go buy a token or tell you to go buy an NFT. We just want you to join our community. And if you guys want to pick one up, awesome. If you want to, experience the experiences that we're creating, hell yeah. You want to join our community, again, awesome. Do your thing. And then we'll go from there. I mean, again, there's no hey, this is financial advice, pick up our token, go to the moon, all this meme coin stuff. We're fully doxed. We're going to be developing Bear, Bull, what have you. We're going to keep creating games and new experiences. Come join our community.
Excellent. That's great insight. And I really appreciate the outlook on there. It's like, hey, buy if you buy, but if not, more than anything, we're one big family. Come talk with us, learn with us, because this is very much a journey that we can take together, learning more about blockchain. I'm learning new things every day, as we all are. And thank you again Really appreciate your time, Skylar, and good luck, and we'll see you at the next DYGYCON, my friend. All right, so for everyone else, Waffles and I think we're going to venture off for the final wrap-up for the live stream. Waffles, where do you want to go next?
I want to go back into the welcome room and let's just hang out by the photo booth. And then I think we got invited to the duck pond for a little bit of like an after party session.
Okay. We're going to catch us some ducks and go a little fishing. I love the idea of that. All right, let's do it. So let's head that way. I'm going to cut scene right now and show some footage from day 1 of DYGYCON while we head over to the next area. But again, thank you so much for sticking with us for day 2 of DYGYCON 9.
Thanks, guys. See you in a bit.
Thank you, Pete. Off to the duck pond.
You live under my shadow, paralyzed.
DYGYCON 9, a place where you can learn more about these play-to-earn games only here in the metaverse. But we're so glad that you could be here for DYGYCON 9. I'm GamerJoy Pete.
Have fun, you all, and visit us at the Nifty Blocks Hall. Got plenty of fun stuff over there.
Don't waste all your time here, because the party's in there. If this is your first time attending DYGYCON, and you're not sure what to do, that's okay. None of us really know what's going on.
Yeah, nope, that's not me. Maybe it's Morse code.
You live under my shadow, paralyzed.
DYGYCON 9, a place where you can learn more about these play-to-earn games only here in the metaverse. But we're so glad that you could be here for DYGYCON 9. I'm GamerJoy Pete.
Have fun, you all, and visit us at the Nifty Blocks Hall. Got plenty of fun stuff over there.
Don't waste all your time here, because the party's in there. If this is your first time attending DYGYCON, and you're not sure what to do, that's okay. None of us really know what's going on.
Yeah, nope, that's not me. Maybe it's Morse code. Okay.
You live under my shadow, paralyzed.
All right, we're getting back into DYGYCON, and of course, you're welcome to follow us throughout the environment. We're now at the end of the live stream. Let's see. Ooh, I think we're ahead of schedule.
Yeah, we're just at the tail end.
Oh, excellent. Oh no, we are right on schedule. This is brilliant. Oh, Sarah, this is now, how many have we done? We've really gotten through quite a few of these.
I know. We're already at the 9th, and then next is the 10th of July.
I don't even know what that's going to be like. Can we make it to DYGYCON 100? Oh shit, we're going to be be grandparents by that point, right? Is that will we be that old?
In the metaverse.
Yes, there is no such thing as age anymore, right? Now that we're in the metaverse, it's just levels. So I'm looking forward to level 99. That'll be the one where I think it'll be a lot of fun, and I can rub that in my kids' faces because they won't be too far behind. Which will, of course, I can rub that in. But we're now hanging out in front of the giant, backdrop with all the sponsors for the event. In this event for DYGYCON 9, let's give them a shout out. Atomic Hub. Let's see who else. NB Castles, Green Rabbit. The Green Rabbit avatars that were in here today. If you didn't get one, please do that. Let's actually show that really quickly. The Green Rabbit avatars, we are not going to give out the codes. We need you to go to the Green Rabbit booth to go get that. The Waxel Ninjas, that's also another one. If you go to their booth, you can get the code in order to unlock those, which I just had on previously. The GUIs, same thing there. Just go visit their booths. There's lots of Easter eggs in DYGYCON. This is put together by Splinterlands right here, this Splinterlands logo. Go to their website if you haven't played their game. It's one of the most amazing blockchain games that are out there. It is the most popular blockchain game, collectible card game out there in the world. For a few reasons. If you love Magic the Gathering, if you love Hearthstone, if you love, playing really any collectible card game where you get to own your assets, this is a unique way for you to have ownership over those digital assets and those cards that you earn by playing the game. And there's really low barriers to entry. I think if you want to play ranked, I think it's $10 for a spell book, and then that, of course, goes into the value of the cards that you earn, or the dark energy crystals that you earn from playing in competitive matches. It takes a minute. It really just takes 1 minute to learn how the game functions, and I think it would benefit all of us to take a little bit of time, go through each of the booths, connect with each of these exhibitors. Each have a very exciting and interesting game that they're developed. And while this is still all very early stage, this is now the time to really get in, because play to earn gaming is not going to go away. It's going to continue to expand. AAA games are already making their move to try to create some kind of play to earn strategy with their games, because they understand the ownership aspect is it's a very appealing way for someone to then show the time and energy that they spend in playing these games. The NFL just launched, right? They've got some football NFT game that they just announced yesterday. I forget the title of it, but if there's if there's any signal that there are big players that want to get into this, that's a whale right there that you want to keep an eye on, because they will enable more awareness for blockchain gaming. And as much as you might look at that and kind of roll your eyes a bit and say, it's too big of an institution, don't really want to support that. I want to support these indie games, etc. It actually does help us. It really does help us prepare for the shift towards these play to earn games. But I want to pass it over to Sarah, because I know that from her perspective, I know that she's able to see a lot of what is coming from each of these game developers and the exhibitors for this event in a whole unique way. So I guess, Waffles, what are, your goals for DYGYCON 10 and beyond that'll really help kind of expand what the metaverse can do for these kinds of events where we're celebrating play to earn games? It's kind of a loaded question, but feel free to kind of shed some light there.
Awesome. So I think I just really enjoyed the space, and especially hearing what everybody has thought of, especially the new people that came into the space not knowing what this metaverse was. GamerJive being a blockchain agnostic experience, but also welcoming all the different aspects of Web3 tech. It's really a place I feel is very inclusive, because you don't have to be an extrovert to be able to have fun and interact with people here in the space.
Yeah, that's a really good point, is you can just come as you are. You can, decide to change your avatar and embody your real, actual IRL persona, or you can come in here as a GUI and slop around and make a mess and jump and get everything sticky around you. Or, you can go check out the Green Rabbit, and it's tied to a game, so that, you get some insight into where these games are going and, the early development of it. You can 5 years from now look back and say, hey, I was there as a collector of these these digital assets in the metaverse, and I can remember when, right? Because these assets that we're holding now eventually, right, will be part of an inventory that'll be locked, and because we have our own blockchain strategy, right, that we're considering as well. I don't have any details that I can share on that specifically for GamerJive, but what I can say is that we want those that are coming in to be a part of this experience to then, to be able to own these assets, much like, just like any multi-chain experience, right? You want to have some interoperability. You want to be able to swap them and take them places with you. So lots of cool stuff there, just on the personal metaverse experience. But for events for now, I think it's really exciting because I do have a couple of very interesting announcements on some changes that we'll be rolling out next month. A lot of people don't know, but we do have an Insiders. We're going to be rebranding. So we've got a group of volunteers called Insiders. Our new company name will be revealed in a couple of weeks. And once that has taken place, that's also going to be a redesign and a new showcase of our user interface. It's going to change some features in the way that we have a one-to-many experience within the presentation room. So these talks and panels that are limited to 35 avatars, that's no longer going to be a barrier. We'll be able to expand to have other users be a part of a panel experience. Everyone will be able to see the conversations that are happening on the panel, and everyone will be able to contribute to the conversation through kind of a global chat experience. So that's a really exciting feature that will be coming up soon. But if you wanted to be a part of testing that, we rely heavily on the community to come in and test these new features. You can find our Discord channel through our Twitter page or through our website. There's lots of places where you can do that if you just click on my profile. And you can follow me over to Discord, or you can click on the web link. Go get to our Discord channel. You can also check the GamerJai booth. Once you get in there, just message me, and I'll send you an invite, give you a role to be part of our Insiders team, so that you can be invited to test out these new features before they go live. We also have some incentives that we want to give away as well. We have a Insiders hoodie that will give you, so you can unlock it and wear it and show everyone that you were a part of helping test out a lot of these features for our metaverse platform during the rebrand. And moving forward, there's lots of opportunities there to be a part of community events and to host your own and to do that in the metaverse, which is really exciting. But Sarah, if there could be like one awesome, I don't know, a feature that you would love to see for DYGYCON, what would that be? What would that be, like that one thing you think would be super awesome for everyone?
Well, I was kind of thinking back when we were in like elementary school and we collected a bunch of our Pokemon cards and we showed like our trade binder. And what if we could do that with like, connect our Hive wallets and like get our Splinterlands cards to we can just kind of show that off,
I love that idea.
That'd be super awesome. And maybe we could even trade,
Yes, trading and direct matches, like direct matchmaking or challenges, within the experience. I think that's an important aspect with, all the different chains and the wallet integration. I think that'd be a really interesting way for you to, have direct challenges and matches and even maybe host a tournament. It would be really interesting to see, what the community would do.
Hosted here.
Exactly, yeah. With a feature like that, I think the community would just take it and run.
We could already screen share, right? So that's like one step in that direction.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of really good places, a lot of good directions that could go. Does anybody recall earlier today when Aggie opened up the live stream with the talk? He mentioned, I asked him, "Where's the one place in the world that you would want to go?" And he's like, "I'd want to just join a Splinterlands world and just start hacking and slashing." And I immediately thought of like, this could become something like that, where there is a gamified element where you get to play mini games that are closely related to, or a trial run, or a sneak peek into certain features of some of these games, and then there's a gateway to take you to that game, sign you up, connect your wallet, etc., and incentivize you to go further down, literally down the rabbit hole for these blockchain games, because a community hub seems, in my mind, a really good place for a blockchain ecosystem to then thrive, where it feels like, we're going downtown to go check out some of the bars. And, if that's your cup of tea, right? If you like to go downtown and socialize, right, you go down there because you want to experience the scene, right? The virtual world, the metaverse could be a place that you go to because the metaverse expands your awareness of certain communities that you want to learn more about. So I think blockchain is just inevitably a really good fit there. Yeah, Sarah, where is your where some of your passions at lately. I know you're not just an event organizer, right? You're
Oh,
into
I
other
love doing
creative things as
content
well.
creation. I actually want to like start my own like NFT project. Everyone here has been super like encouraging and like, maybe we'll do like a Waffles Kitty line. I don't know. Maybe
Oh, I
by
like
DigiCon
that.
10. I don't know if I'll make it in time. It is in 2 months. I'll get a date for you guys soon.
That's not a bad idea. Did you say the green rabbit hole?
Yeah, and then actually I thought of this before, but like if we were able to have like NFT art gallery similar to like what NFT showroom had, they had something in the metaverse as well, and it would be great for people to just be able to look at listed like NFTs in like something like an art hall or like a maze that has like featured art.
Oh, interesting. So, walking through it, it was gamified in that you're not really sure where you were going to journey, and it was specifically a maze. But throughout that maze, there's art you can experience along the path.
Yeah, like art that you could even buy the art from like a wall inside DigiCon or something.
Interesting.
Or maybe even redeem like drops
Yeah.
if you go through certain areas.
Or maybe if
And
you found
actually,
an
I was thinking about this the
empty.
first time that we did DigiCon, but I wanted to have like a secret door that just went to somewhere.
Oh, like if
But
I
like,
were to like jump into this light, and then I would. Oh wow.
yeah, like
And I'd be
like Harry
teleported
Potter.
to somebody else. Oh, like a port
Yeah.
key.
Like Harry Potter, like you don't think you can go through the wall, but you can.
Somebody
I mean,
just
actually,
ran
some
through the
people
wall.
have gone through walls and broken stuff inside this environment, which is kind of cool too. But
No, I do like the idea
actually
of there
being
being
somewhere magical.
some kind of Easter egg where there's a hidden room that people can hang out, and the avatars are just, they're just like I don't know. There's got to be something risque that's there. Your mic is not super noisy. No.
Yay.
I don't even hear anything, Moshe. No.
I just.
Oh, I
Hello?
didn't hear anything either. Oh, it would be cool if there was a curated music that you could jukebox or buy. Oh yeah.
Oh, you know what? One of our executive team members was in here today, and he, was listening to all the cool music that was going on in some of the rooms. And there's some other platforms that have kind of a jukebox feature where you can toggle it between different genres, and that's something I think we should put that in our roadmap. I don't think we have something like that in our roadmap, so it's something we got to put in the backlog. That I think is a must, especially with any NFT music that's coming up. People are want to be able to post and share the music that they're creating and have a chance for people to listen and buy it. Back to the maze idea. I just thought about if somebody found an empty kind of spot for an NFT artwork to go that they could rent or purchase that location to like put something up for sale, and it was this 3D marketplace. That specifically was for those who were in the metaverse that wanted to have, more immersive marketplace experience. Because I know OpenSea is kind of the beginning, right? But it feels too Web 2 to me. Right? I don't know if anyone agrees with that. It feels too much like Web 2, and really the whales they disrupt the market in such big ways that it sometimes puts people off. And, it makes them feel like, because right now everyone feels like, well, you can speculate on this all you want, and this is not financial advice whatsoever. I would never do such things. Don't come after me. But I feel like the market is adjusting. Yes, Max, you have to always do your own research. The adjustments that are happening in the market is because those that have been manipulating it all these past years have finally either something has gone on there where they have had to make a position or reposition where their assets are. But I feel like that there's a needed correction that had to happen there because of the sheer number of whales that were involved and how they could come in and just manipulate a lot of the crypto markets, but also the fiat markets as well, and kind of playing both of those. I don't have any insider information on this. I am not, giving any financial advice, but what I can say is that I'm convinced the blockchain world's not going anywhere. And I do think more and more people are becoming debanked, and they want to have control over their own assets. That is, what I feel is an inevitability in DYGYCON and Waffles Kitty and Splinterlands and all the awesome exhibitors that were here for the weekend. All have probably similar values in the way that they see where the trends are going and how people want to have more ownership over the time that they spend playing the games that they love. But anyway, that's enough soapboxing for me. We've gone 20 minutes over on the live stream. Waffles, take it away, my friend.
I got 3 questions, 3 trivias for you guys, and you get a Splinterlands NFC on Splinter Talk or an art commission from me. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun,
I don't
dun,
know
dun,
much.
dun, dun,
I'll
dun,
do
dun,
it.
dun, dun.
Alright, this one, I'm just going to start off with the hardest one.
Okay.
Name 3 boots at DYGYCON 9.
3 boots. Racing
Wow.
Star. Racing Star, Green Rabbit, Hash King.
Woo, look at Skylar.
They're all right here on this backdrop. Isn't that?
Oh,
I know,
yeah.
exactly.
Mammoth Mythics, Mammoth Mythics.
I just realized that.
I haven't seen Mammoth Mythics people here. That was crypto shots.
Skylar says he gave it to Max Power. So I'll follow up with you, Max.
I was on Twitch.
Alright, I have second question for you guys. Ready?
Yes.
What is my
Yep.
favorite type of drink?
Ooh,
Oh no.
I can't answer this.
Margarita.
That's a good one.
Like kiwi.
Margarita. Tequila.
Skylar's
OJ?
close.
OJ?
Oh, Crypticorn got it.
I couldn't say it. I couldn't
Oh,
say it. I'm not
bubble tea.
eligible to win.
Bubble tea. I talk about it all the time on
Mhm.
Splinterlands when I come onto the town hall. And I think most of the time when I come onto the town hall, I end up talking about food and then I make myself hungry.
Yeah, Skylar's half right because there's milk in there. That's for sure.
Yeah. All right. I'll follow up with you, Crypticorn.
Yeah, it's got boba at the bottom. Mm-hmm.
All right.
another way of
last
saying boba.
and final question, guys. Who is the sponsor of the D9 scavenger hunt?
Splinterlands.
It was posted on the website. It's also posted on our Twitter. Briefly at one of our live stream presentations today. No, it would have been too easy too if it was just Splinterlands No Show. Yes, you got it. Crypto shots. Ooh, okay, cool. I will follow up with you guys for your prizes. Good job. Round of applause. Emotes for everybody.
Cheers. Well done. Bravo. And I love how we're just hanging out here, but there are like another 50, 60, maybe even 70 people that are just hanging around in the exhibit halls and on the dance floor and out fishing. Maybe do you want to head to the pond and go catch some fish?
Yeah,
Are we going to
let's
go?
check out and see if anyone's hanging out in the pond. I saw somebody tag us on Twitter saying that there was like a little hangout going on over there. So
Okay.
we'll go over there. We'll have this
Out
meeting
on
finished,
the
and then
on the
I'll follow up with
tailgate?
everybody for their prizes.
The tailgate pond?
Yes.
Okay. All right, I'll see you there. Head to the tailgate room.
Heading to.
Hey Pete, I got an idea.
Yes.
Improvement. So I've noticed that when I first joined, I had no idea where everybody was. If you can add like a popular section type of area or like a teleport to like where people are, something like that, as opposed to like knowing where to go, because there's a lot of times I just had no idea, so I just wander around like just aimlessly.
That's a great suggestion. We're working on a fix for that. First with the global chat feature, and then another one where you'll be able to see total number of people from the dashboard. You'll be able to know kind of a status of what the number of attendees or guests are in a room.
That would be awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely coming. That's something that has been requested numerous times. on helping people connect with one another, because there's so many instances and events that are kind of persistent environments that are open and people are just kind of hanging out on the dance floor, and then you have newcomers that come in and they're like, I had no idea they were on the dance floor. I just came in and it looked empty and I turned around, it was awkward, and I walked away. And we don't want anyone to miss out on the opportunity to kind of have these shared experiences.
Yeah,
that's a great suggestion, my friend. Now to try to catch some fish. But yeah, any highlights from DYGYCON so far? Did anybody make some new connections? High five some new friends? Or maybe ran into an old friend?
I found some new projects to check out for sure.
Oh yeah, and I love the Max. I love how the camera set up for you.
Yeah, I'm using something called Snapcam or Snap Camera. It's free, but you can use like Snapchat stuff with it. So yeah, I'm using a neon Guy Fawkes mask.
That's brilliant.
That's cool. I should do that too.
Yeah, you should. You get the waffle filter going.
I have some other ones too. Here, let's see. Here's the non-neon Guy Fawkes mask.
That's so cool.
Here's a wireframe. Let's see. I can make myself look
Oh,
like
wow.
let's see. I can make myself look like a statue.
Oh my god.
Whoa, that's crazy. Oh, you're giving me ancient Rome, ancient Egypt vibes.
Yeah, there's a bunch of cool ones in here. Yeah, I think this one might actually be my favorite, but it's it just I got my daughter here with me, but
Awesome.
I got this fun robot mask that I can put on too.
Oh, I caught a minnow, guys. Oh, KS, it almost makes you want to have a webcam. See, I knew that was going to be, that was going to be a touchy area for a lot of folks that want to come in the metaverse. My camera's off currently because my broadcasting software has stole it from me. So as soon as I turned my camera off, it was, nope, I got denied. Now I can't turn it back on. Kind of scared of video and mics. Yeah, too shy. No, I completely understand. My daughter is the same way. My son, not so much. He'll get on mic and start, I don't know, having his teenage boy cracking voice just to kind of squeaker voice just to annoy people because he's 14 now.
Nice.
But, yeah. But that with having a metaverse experience that has webcam and voice chat, and I see why other people are just fine, like going into the metaverse, like Decentraland or whatever. They're just there to walk around and read things and click on things. They're not really there to just, to kind of interact with people. So it is nice to have an experience where, there can be real-time interaction between people. That's kind of exciting for me because I think quality connection is really the root of a lot of healing. I think that's a source of a lot of healing, not just for me, but I think for my entire family and the circle of friends and circle of influence that we have. So take full advantage of it when you can, guys, to have that quality connection with people. I love to poke fun and talk shit like everyone else, but sometimes I need to slow down and just have like a real heart-to-heart with somebody just to remind myself of my humility and, of my mortality, really.
Right.
Yeah, I like it that, like I said earlier, like it's comfortable, right, for any type of person. Like there's a customized experience that you can have, no matter if you're just shy or you're super extrovert. There's always like a way that you can create your own experience here. And true, like you said, Chaos Geek said, it's full of other people with the same obsessions and interests.
Yeah, I think I love how excited people are for cat stickers. I think that's hilarious to me.
Put cats on NFTs.
Yeah, I mean, it's really. I haven't had cats since I was a little kid, but I mean, my wife keeps sending me these like cats on TikTok, and she's like, "We need to get one. Look at all the benefits of having a cat." And I'm like, "Oh yeah." I'm almost convinced.
Never in my life, never had a pet, and now we how do you say? Now we got 2 little kitties.
See, that's
like a month ago.
It is a source of lowering stress, and apparently cats like help you heal faster because they like reduce your stress, reduce inflammation. There's so many benefits to just, and then it's not just for cats. I think if you have a pet waffle, I mean, you could probably lower your you could probably lower your blood pressure that way too. Yeah, the purring. Oh yeah, 100%. Especially when they get under your chin, just kind of get really close to your heart, so it feels like the purring really resonates through you.
And you always know when you're wanted when they just bite into your arm because you haven't fed them yet.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I've got the music kind of playing along with this. Is it cutting in and out, or is it kind of persistent? It seems to be working okay.
Let me check.
Seems persistent to me.
Okay. Just let me know if it starts to cut in and out. Yeah, Waffles purring is so calming. Splintinal on Twitch. Yeah, hey, if anyone wants to become famous and buy viewers and followers and Prime and Prime's on Views shop, there's a guy in Twitch right now that's offering his services. Guys, I'm sure you all want to jump at that. My goodness. I'm not a moderator, or else I would have done something about it.
SPS? I really want to afford one of the nodes.
I'm gonna miss out on this first batch.
I know.
Oh, caught myself another minnow. Well done.
Yeah. Luckily enough, I was able to snag one. I was hoping for two, but I was able to make one happen.
Lucky. You got 5% of a license? Oh, interesting. Yeah, that's not a bad idea too. You can get, a friend or two and all go in on getting one. Yeah, at a big group buy, that's a really good idea. Hadn't even thought about doing that. I was just hoping that I would have earned enough SPS over the past couple of months, because I liquidated a bunch of cards and noticed that my SPS earnings went through the roof. It went up by like 400%. And I was like, whoa. I was like, okay, I think I needed to sell a few more cards to get my DC up a little bit higher.
Yeah, what Chaos is saying right now, I was just gonna say, it's cool that they did it that way, but it's so easy to make a token and just use it to track like what the percentage is, what the value is. I was looking at doing a similar thing where for our guild to buy some land, and all go in together to get a couple of plots or whatnot. But everybody could sort of come in at their own budget, but we could still track what percentage of ownership people have, so we could pay out on rewards and whatnot, fairly. But anyway, yeah, it's leveraging tokens for those kinds of things makes it ultimately makes it easier. It is a little bit confusing, I think, to get it set up, but ultimately makes it easier.
Is it just me, or does it feel like we're holding these ducks hostage? They don't seem too excited about being held. Oh, that's a big ass fish, Skylar. I think he might be, he may have just taken the leaderboard with that one.
Thank you. I had to use the duck as bait.
Holy, okay, there's been a lot of fishing happening this weekend. But there is nothing but 2.24s up on there. There is a 2.25, so...
I think one of the best things about this convention so far is I've seen some guilds come in here. I've seen a booth that was set up for them, which makes it really easy for us to jump in there and get new players, get like a whole slew of them. So I'm going to be contacting some of the people that I saw in here as well, try to see if they want to jump into the GUI's game and stuff.
Yeah.
Nice.
I love hearing that, because that's what this is for. These kinds of events are super important to help bridge the communities. And just make it easier to do that, because as much as I love Discord, it's so siloed. There isn't really like a social aspect to Discord where you can like pull up a list of servers that have been made public, or
right.
Yeah.
And even with Telegram, I haven't used it too much, except when I talk with like the Spinnerlands group or the GUI's group, or like check in with Skylar. But like it was so confusing. There's like a billion messages being sent out at once, and it's one channel. I don't know. I got so confused.
Yeah. Telegram too scary. Have it, but it's too much for you. Yeah, it's relatable.
There's definitely like different expectations across all of this stuff. Like all of these platforms have different social dynamics. What's nice about what we're doing here is there's an expectation of like going up to people, saying hi, and being able to talk. But even just for sake of security, on Discord, there's a lot of discouragement against direct messages and whatnot because of phishing attacks that happen. It's not if you are actually just direct messaging somebody, that's not really a problem. But there's enough phishing that happens, the bad kind, not what we're doing here.
See what you did there.
Yeah, but there's enough. There's enough bad attacks that happen via DM that so many servers that I go into, they're just like, turn off your DMs. Like, don't even engage there because it's risky. Average chatting isn't, but anyway. But yeah, so the culture of it though can really vary wildly. So being able to connect with people in here, this is nice.
Are you telling me that I didn't win free Bitcoin?
I think the free Bitcoin is coming right alongside the winnings from the Nigerian prince.
Yes, but
send me one.
We just need your account and routing information.
Right.
He's supposed to message me back soon.
Yeah, he said he'll get back to you. Don't wait for me.
So where can I find one of these cool Waxels ninja skins? You got that over at the booth. I see Team Waxel here.
Yeah, you have to go to our booth.
All right.
And check the slides, and there you maybe could find a code to unlock it.
Perfect. I'll be sure to check it out.
I like how he left it open-ended a little bit. He's like, you might be able to find it.
That'd be a seriously hilarious move if it wasn't there. It's like you might be able to.
Yes.
It's not there. You got to do something else.
Yeah. Follow this link to this website. Yes. Turn off your firewall. Enter your wallet information. Yeah, the ninjas very much has been a joy. It's been a joy. Can we talk about the first version of the ninja? It had a neck. It had a neck, and it looked very odd and strange. And I agree with the corrections that were made to the ninja. We all got a good laugh out of it, and even our artists were like, "Oh shit!" Like, "Oh shit!" They're like, "This does not look right."
I was so happy to see, there is a message. Let's see what they came up with. And then I saw that and I thought like, wait a minute. That's not what I imagined.
You're like, I don't want a neck on this ninja.
Like...
This guy is gonna be, as close to voxel, right, as you can get. I'm very happy with this one. I like to go around and start with my ninja skills. And get in a fight with a GUI. Yes.
I don't know how that would play out. They're silicone-based life form. So
yeah, they do. It's just super defense and resilient.
They have like no attack. I mean, unless they like deprive you of oxygen from sitting on your face or something.
Yes, and the GUIs are like Voltron, so a bunch of the GUIs can just assemble, and then you're just gonna get absorbed and dissolved.
Just a giant glue.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm going to wrap up the live stream. We definitely kept this going a lot longer. These opportunities are really, it's like the after party of the after party is what that really is. Thank you all very much. I really love the opportunity to connect with you in this way. I'm going to stop the live stream now. DYGYCON 9 isn't over. You can hang out again with a whole nother day. Sunday will be around. Unfortunately, I have some family obligations. I won't be able to hang out too long. I'll try to drop in the morning and in the evening. But it's really up to Waffles Kitty. So if you knock on her door hard enough and loud enough and you tell her that you want DYGYCON maybe to stay open a little bit longer beyond the weekend, I mean, that's all up to her. That's her call. She's got the keys to the castle. So, have a great great day to all of you. And from myself, Peter Perez, and Waffles Kitty, who is our lovely but exhausted event organizer for DYGYCON. Yes, I hope she gets plenty of rest after this one. Any closing thoughts, Waffles?
We still have a ton of stuff jam-packed on the schedule, in addition to a bunch of things that are just buzzing on our Twitter. So be sure to check those out. Any questions, you guys will always have a way to find me. I'm at WafflesKitty on Twitter. You can always find us at DYGYCON. So just feel free to message us if you have ideas on what kind of plans you want to make for the next DYGYCON happening in July. We'll give you a date as soon as we can, and we're going to start the gears rolling again, and we will see you next time.
Thank you all. Thank you all. See you at the next DYGYCON, or tomorrow. It's not over. This is not the last day. So please do hang around for the day 3, which will be tomorrow, for DYGYCON 9. Can't wait for the... I'm looking forward to the next event, but this one's not over yet. So let's still have some fun here. All right, take care, everyone.
We still got a whole other day.
Cheers.
You live under my shadow, paralyzed.
DYGYCON 9, a place where you can learn more about these play-to-earn games, only here in the metaverse. But we're so glad that you could be here for DYGYCON 9. I'm GamerJob Pete.
Have fun, you all, and visit us at the Nifty Blocks Hall. Got plenty of fun stuff over there.
Don't waste all your time here, because the party's in there. If this is your first time attending DYGYCON, and you're not sure what to do, that's okay. None of us really know what's going on.
Yeah, no, that's not me. Maybe it's Morse code.
Lands. Make sure that your cards are always your cards. Get tired of playing, and you can always sell them on the market. But you won't. Splinterlands.com. You love gaming, but you're tired of spending money on virtual stuff that you don't really own. With the power of blockchain tech, Splinterlands makes sure that your cards are always your cards. Get tired of playing, and you can always sell them on the market. But you won't. Splinterlands.com.